Welcome back, everybody, to the Sota Pod YouTube channel for yet another Minnesota Wild NHL game watch party. The puck has dropped. Yeah, they said drop right at 9:55 Eastern, and the puck has dropped flat. Panthers coming up the right side here. 19 minutes on the clock exactly right now, and stoked to have you guys all here tonight for this late headliner national broadcast. Minnesota Wild wearing their Subway jerseys here tonight. And let's get back to the play-by-play here. And a tough shot there by Kaprizov. Whiffs on that one. Left side of the Panthers goaltender. Panthers have a good forecheck here by the Wild. Pressure here in the corner as well. Beautiful job picking the pocket of the Florida Panthers. Wild trying to hold on to here and keep this puck in the offensive zone. Hey, at least this first line is intact. Right side, Panthers coming. Nice save by Fleury. Fleury has to glide to the right. Beautiful save is here. I don't know if you read that one or not, but it hit the pad. It bounced back, and the Panthers somehow keep this puck in the zone. Florida have it behind the net. Great rebound save by Fleury. Hey, what's up, RJ? It's good to see you. Today's your birthday? Happy birthday, RJ. What a crazy game this was. Michkov scoring that last one too. How you doing, RJ? It's good to see you, buddy. Oh, Reinhardt faked the pass behind the net, but actually went for a save to the right of Fleury. Fleury being tested here early. 4 huge saves by Marc-Andre Fleury in the Minnesota Wild. They must have some heavy legs right now. And the puck bounces off the board. Weird bounced in front of the net, but I mean, Brodin and Fleury right there. Clearing it out to center in the Wild. Much needed change. My goodness. Verhaeghe for the Panthers bring it back in. Tkachuk behind the net. 2-on-1. Zuccarello actually takes it from him. Spurgeon to Hartman. Hartman 1-on-1. Here we go. Oh, sorry. Johansson. Little spinorama. Johansson still has it though. Back to center. Shot. Oh, and it goes high. Ladies and gentlemen, 17 seconds on the clock. A heavyweight fight tonight. Love these games. What's up, Joseph? Hell yeah, buddy. Hell yeah. 3 minutes on the clock. Minnesota comes up. Center. Boldy. Right side. Shot. Nice save by Bobrovsky. Hartman. Still has it. 2-on-1. Tries to get it back to the center. Boldy not there. Hey, so far the second line looking pretty good. Odd bounce there again. That's the second odd bounce, and Marc-Andre Fleury thought that one hit the net, but Merrill has it. Merrill gets his pocket picked. Back to the puck was just kind of bouncing around there. Got back to the blue line and sent back into the Wild zone. Panthers have it. Boquist goes around the net, back to the point, looking for a lane, and a shot off the post. No, it went in. Oh, I heard the post. I didn't see the puck bounce down yet, but that is 1-0 for the Florida Panthers. What a wrister. Took his time too. And Aaron Ekblad's going to get this one. Damn. Wow. I heard it hit the post before I saw it. So I thought it went right, but nope. Oh, jeez. Yep. Right post. Blocker side. Well, and there we go. 1-0. Florida Panthers. I mean, the Wild spanked them in Florida earlier this season, but great fast start here by the Florida Panthers. 4 minutes in. And already Fleury taking another shot there. Brock Faber trying to get this out. He gets it to center. And the Wild all season have done a tremendous job of, controlling pucks at center ice. But Panthers, quick right now and beating him in that area. A lot of game left here still. Panthers go for a change. Fleury slows things down. Brodin heads up the left side. And they get that puck in the zone. Back at center. Panthers just trying to dump it in, and they do. Gaudreau does a good job to get that puck out, and the team's going to get a change. Semiskevich, what a name. Wild dump it in. Kaprizov's in there. Actually gets a stick on that puck. Finds Rossi, who's supporting him. They're battling for it on the boards. Back to the blue line. Chisholm keeps it in. Zuccarello sends it around. Spurgeon back to Zuccarello. Oh, to Kaprizov. Kaprizov there's the backhand to Zuccarello. Zuccarello. You know what? He could have shot there, but he sent it around. Wild still have it. Kaprizov at the blue line sends it in. Chisholm. Left side. Zuccarello has it. I mean, this first line doing a good job of keeping the puck in the zone. But no shots on net. No shots on net, Florida. They have it. Nice passing through the neutral zone. Couldn't get that past the left side to land clean, but the puck finds his man. And Barkov left side, and nice freaking save by Fleury. Slide to the right side, but another shot. Beautiful. Beautiful. I don't know if there's a stick save or was it the right blocker, but Fleury, man, has been tested, and he is seemingly on point early. Wow. I believe it was Ekblad. And the puck goes back to center ice, and the Wild are going to control it. Aaron Ekblad. 6 shots to 1 for the Florida Panthers. Wild having on the left side, back to the blue line. Wild looking for a shot, and they do get a shot that doesn't get. Oh my goodness! Nice save. I thought that hit Hartman right in front, but no, that was frozen by Bobrovsky. Kaprizov for Hart Trophy. Let's go. What's up, Hockey from Home? They're showing off some skill. Absolutely, absolutely. Oh, the music's still in the background. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Why didn't y'all say that earlier? All right. Well, what a start. What a start. I do love how the broadcast switched over and it was like, boom, puck drop. I wasn't even ready for that. All right. Sorry, the music was on in the background, guys. All right. First commercial break here. And yeah, the Florida Panthers open this one up 6-2 shots on net. Fleury looking pretty good, pretty dialed early. And I mean, he's been tested early. There's been no opportunity just to chill. And to be honest, a busy Marc-Andre Fleury usually, historically, is a better Marc-Andre Fleury. Nice hockey from home. Not all of them, but I try to do at least 1 or 2 a week. Last week I was moving and I had just some other things come up, so I wasn't able to stream the last, I think, week. Or maybe it was even 2. The last game I streamed was the Canucks game, but I try to do 2 a week. Friday and Saturday, I stream on my second channel covering combat sports. But yeah, Tuesdays, Thursdays, I try to hit, sometimes a Sunday as well. But welcome, Joseph. Good to see you guys. By the way, guys, smash that like button. We're trying to get to 20 likes on the video. Well, tell them happy birthday. All right, here we go. Coming back. Oh, it's a late start indeed. This is when the Vancouver Canucks game started that I watched the other night here. I live in Minnesota. We got a Minnesota game starting at the same time. Okay, well then don't talk. At the end of the day, doesn't matter to me. All right. Rossi's going to take the face-off. Or no, he's being tossed out of it. Zuccarello taking the face-off here. Crazy. Oh, yeah, Star Wars night here. I have a Kirill Kaprizov Skywalker bobblehead, but it's in, like I said, I just moved, so it's in a box still, I think. The only bobblehead I got out was Don Cherry down there. But anyways, good job by Kaprizov. Fighting for it at center, gets it up to Rossi. Rossi tries to set a cross-ice pass, and he gets it to Brodin, drops it. Zuccarello, Kaprizov, but that bounces off. I don't know who 27 is for Florida, but that bounced off from Zuccarello back to Kaprizov. He tried to tip it to Bobrovsky. Bobrovsky slides to the right, and what a save by Bobrovsky. What a save by Bobrovsky. All right, I will say, though the Wild are down 2, they're starting to get some shots on net, but the first 2 lines have gotten a little bit going in the offensive zone. I hate to be that hockey guy, but like, man, I've seen 2 opportunities where it's like it would have benefited you more to put it on net than try to make this crazy cross ice pass. But that last shift, it worked out for them. You know, I'll find it after like one of the intermission breaks. I'll see if I can dig it up quick enough. It might like be in the box, but we can do a little unboxing. I want to get the Fleury Boba Fett one. But shout out to my boy Jeremy. He hooked me up with the Kaprizov one. Kulikov, man. Dmitry Kulikov. Spinorama to enter the zone. Kulikov's the freaking captain of the Florida Panthers too. Dude, I can't believe... Kulikov is like one of my least favorite players in the National Hockey League. I couldn't stand him when he was with the Wild, and now look, he's a Stanley Cup champion back with the Florida Panthers, where it all started. Crazy. Hey, if there's only 3 robberies in Toronto, that's actually good news, Hockey from Home. Because I imagine there's usually like 5 robberies going on like every second in Toronto. Wild lose the puck, Florida up the left side, and unable to stay on his man was the defenseman, but a great job by Foligno getting that out. Foligno tried to get the puck in his own zone, but Foligno gets the puck back here. Freddie Gaudreau up to Jones. Jones sends it in. Foligno right side. Foligno back to the point. Bogosian with a nice shot on net. Bobrovsky had to block down. Wild have it. Another shot. And here we go. Jones with the shot, but that was knocked down in front. Back to center. Bogosian. Merrill. Wild get a change. Merrill up the left side. Yeah, absolutely one of my top 5 most not liked hockey players. And I mean, I'm sure he's a nice guy, but like, oh my goodness. I guess he just needed to bottom out before he bounced back up to win a Stanley Cup, right? Damn, that's crazy. They're going full GTA 6 heist. Greater Toronto area. See what I did there? For a $2 donation, Hockey from Home. No, shout out to Logan. Happy birthday. Left side. Panthers have it, drop it back to the blue line, and they send it back around the net. Right side here, checked. 2-on-1. Wild trying to dig that puck up. Left of Marc-Andre Fleury. Wild can't get it out of the zone, and Florida regains it. Man, you can just see on the back end without Jake Middleton. Big loss, big loss. He's been very, very good with Faber this year. And he's been scoring. I mean, if the game ended after this period, I would say no. But there's a lot of hockey left. But they don't look that great. Or they didn't look that great in the first half of the period. But let's see if they can come back strong here. I know, dude. I know. Middleton projected 4 more weeks, right? But I'm happy with Fleury. Hey, even old man Fleury, when he's your backup, it's not a bad problem to have. Yeah. I hope Gustafsson comes back soon, though. I hope it's not too serious. Wild lose the faceoff. And Evan Rodriguez pushes that up the ice as Florida's going for a change. Brock Faber gets it to his man. Kaprizov has it. Oh, and that's offside. Hey, what's up, Sean? How's it going, buddy? He's back in the lineup. He has back issues, so he has to get surgery probably in the offseason. So he's just going to be shooting cortisone the rest of the season, which fucking warrior, dude. Oh, that's cool, Hockey from Home. I'm not a fan of the new Star Wars stuff. I like the OG 3 and Episode 1. Yes, Darth Maul and pod racings makes up for all the other bullshit, which is basically just Jar Jar Binks. But all the rest of them, I mean, Rogue One was fine. Solo was only good because Emilia Clarke was in it, but all the rest, I'm like, I'm old school. Man, the Panthers win the face-off again here. They're just beating the Wild in the little areas where the Wild have succeeded this season and what's brought them success and made up for their lack of scoring compared to some of these other top teams, right? They're losing the neutral zone battles and they're losing face-offs. Two little things that they've done well, really well this season thus far and has brought them a lot of success. Wild trying to clear. Rossi. Brodin. Kaprizov back to Brodin, who's in the corner. Ekblad ties him up. It goes around. Zuccarello to Caprio to Chisholm, and Chisholm scores! There we go, and the Wild tie it up, ladies and gentlemen. Declan Chisholm to Kaprizov, and that is the goal. God, that was awesome. And he pointed at Declan too, man. Look at this passing play. Around Zuccarello. Okay, it bounced off Kaprizov. I thought it was just the Chisholm goal. I was like, it was Chisholm at the blue line there. Oh, it did hit Kaprizov's stick. It did hit Kaprizov's stick. Dude, Rossi's so good, man. There we go. There we go. Yeah, not a high stick. Not a high stick. They're challenging the goal. The goaltender. Dude, what is this league, honestly? Seriously, what is this league? It's the softest puppy shit league on the planet. I swear to God, man. I swear to God. Oh, for fuck's sakes, bro. How? Bobrovsky's selling it there, bro. Rossi touched him, so they're probably going to call it back. But this league is so soft, dude. It's ridiculous. We got to start doing LNAH watch parties here. Real hockey. Oh. Sound the horn, the Wild score. He touched him, but no, you won't, hockey. You will not donate anything, okay? So don't even dangle it. Kirill, yeah, he got the stick on it. Chisholm with the nice shot. Kaprizov redirected, but he might not have it, buddy. He might not have it. They're probably going to call it back. No, you won't, hockey. Okay, so drop it. You're not going to donate anything. You've been teasing it for 2 years. Just it's not going to happen. So we got 9:40 on the clock, 6-6 in shots. Beautiful shot there by Chisholm that was redirected by Kaprizov. Rossi goes right in front of him. And he does bump him. But it's like, man, I know intention really doesn't matter with these calls. I know I'm being a little bit biased here. If I was a Florida fan, I'd be like, haha, he touched them, but still. No, hockey. I will not. Again, hopefully it remains 1-1. Hopefully it remains tied. 9 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock. All right. We're listening for the call. Yeah, it's goaltender interference. As we figured, ladies and gentlemen, Still 1-1. Still 1-0 Florida. What have they cheated on? I don't know. I'm not blaming the Panthers for that one. They had every right to call that. If that happened to the Wild, they would video review it as well. I just cannot stand that the league is this soft these days, personally. But anyways, we're back at it. I will say, I don't think this is going to hurt the Wild's momentum because they were buzzing there on that last shift. Yeah, I said happy birthday to your friend Hockey from home. We're going to focus on this game, okay? 9 minutes and 36 seconds on the clock. And the Wild are trying to keep the puck in the Panthers zone, but they get their pocket picked. Wild regain possession in their own zone. Chisholm back to the right side. You staying up for the rest of this game, Hockey from Home? I know it's super late for you out east. Wild lose it. Carrying it through centers, the Panthers, and they just dump it in. Again, Hockey, I'll let you know when I set up my P.O. box, but like right now, we're busy. We're busy. I will let you know, I promise. Like, you'll be the first one to know, but again, we're going to focus in on this game, Hockey from Home, or I'm going to stop reading your comments, okay? Because the goal got called back. Goaltender interference. Shot by Florida. And that goes around Fleury. Yeah, me too. And a little shot there on the right side of Fleury and covered up by Fleury. 8 minutes and 36 seconds on the clock. Yeah, so it was a shot from the blue line by Chisholm. Kaprizov tips it in. There's a nice goal taken away because Rossi, who was basically skating through the crease, bumped Bobrovsky there. Yeah, I'm getting up at 5:45 Central. All right, we've got another commercial break here. So yeah, unfortunate there, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunate there, but the Wild look like night and day compared to how they looked in the first 10 minutes. Florida came and tried to set a crazy pace. And in fairness to them, they are playing this game at a relatively high pace. I feel like the Wild are starting to settle in to it, but the Wild are really playing their top two lines and shoot even their third line. I don't see too much of the fourth line coming out here today, guys, because I mean, look at the fourth line for the Wild. Shore, Kuznetsov, and Brandon Gaunce, right? Former first round draft pick, Brandon Gaunce for the Vancouver Canucks. I'm from the West Coast. I live in Minnesota now, by the way, guys, for those who don't know. Work. We also interviewed some World Junior hockey players who are on the Gophers Hockey from Home, and I got to work on that video. No, DNA Trev is a certified troll. DNA Trev, if you're not a troll, I'd imagine that you you look at the standings. But it will be interesting. Good night, Hockey from Home. How you doing tonight, Trev? I will say, the way the Wild played in the first 10 minutes of that period, they didn't look that good. You're from Florida. Oh, cool, man. Hey, well, welcome. I'm from Vancouver Island, British Columbia, Canada, but I live in Minnesota now and cover the team, do a bunch of podcasts, which, by the way, my co-host on Wildly Informed, that drops every Wednesday, we did it yesterday. He's going to be joining us for intermission. Ando, you can't escape me. You're too famous. Let's go Panthers. Love you, brother. Hey, what's up, Adam Dubois? Great to see you, man. Thank you so much for joining us here on this stream. Hey, I love it when we have Panthers, when we have Wild fans and the opposing team fans in the live chat here. What's up, buddy? All right, Wild have it. Center. Defenseman sends it. Length of the ice, rings it around the boards. Kaprizov. Back in front of the net. A shot close in the crease there and covered up by Bobrovsky. How you doing, Jake? Nice Hockey from Home. Not a Flow Rider fan. What's up, Rusty? Who's another? I worked with someone from Florida who was friends with Pitbull for a little while. Oh yeah, there's definitely a chance with 7 minutes and 53 seconds. Watching from Florida, but go Wild. There you go. Where's everybody watching from and what's your team? Let me know in the live chat. And a shot from the blue line. Another save by Bobrovsky. That was a good shot by Spurgeon. Nice, nice, nice. All right. Oh. All right. Sorry, I thought music was still playing because Hog from Home told me 5 minutes later. But thank you for telling me. Puck back in the Wild zone. Good defense on the left side. Wild trying to calm things down, but they lose it. Oh, Panthers lose it too. Ryan Hartman 2-on-1, and it was offside. Man, was that two or three times? 2 or 3 times the Wild have entered the zone offside. So Zele Carrillo is the only one to score. That is false. Middleton can also score. Unfortunately, he's not here today. How's it going, Hot Takes? 4 weeks, hopefully he comes back. I mean, Boldy can score too. I don't know what Hot Takes issue is with Boldy. Oh, no, it's not your... Wait, are you the one who has an issue with Boldy, or is it Swerve? I know Swerve doesn't like Boldy. But yes, Kaprizov is like the one who's scoring that at least has the best chance to get one every night, if not almost guaranteed for sure. And Bogosian tried to get it out to center. Panthers send that one in deep, almost up above the glass here, but Merrill to Rossi. He turns it back, didn't have a clear path out. Tries to send up the right side. Nice pass by Kaprizov. And here we go. It's Rossi 1-on-2, and Rossi with a shot. Nice save by Bobrovsky. 6 minutes and 47 seconds on the clock here, and the Panthers have it left side. They're just going to dump it in again. Hockey, I'm focusing on the game. Okay, I've told you like 3 times right now. I probably won't hockey because I don't have time. But thank you for the suggestion. You can send me a message anyways. Wild have it right side. Nice job by Faber. Faber. Nice move. Dekes around his opponent using the board, but just can't get anything going in front of the net. Florida gets it back, and they're getting the puck up and out of play. You can interview him then, Hockey from Home. How about that? We literally talked about on the Wildly Informed show. I disagree. And a charging penalty on the Florida Panthers. All right, here we go. Minnesota Wild on the power play. Not that they've been the best team on special teams, respectively. But hey, it's a chance to get that goal back. Yeah, just left his feet. Honestly, if he wouldn't have left his feet, it would have been a perfectly fine check. It would have been a perfectly fine check. All right, Minnesota Wild on the power play. Boldy to the blue line. Spurgeon. Zuccarello on the left side. Zuccarello up to Kaprizov. Back to Zuccarello to Boldy. Shot! I don't know if that bounced off something to go out of play. See you later, Hog from Home. All right, good puck movement. Good puck movement here. And again, big shout out to everybody watching. Panthers fans, Wild fans, or just fucking hockey fans. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us here on this late-ass game. Wild win the faceoff. Kaprizov behind the net. Tried to find his man right in front of the net, and Florida is going to send this one the length of the ice. Please fire special teams coach. All of them. All of them. PK, power play, clean house. It's funny, didn't they just brought in new special teams coaches? Recently, anyways. Kaprizov through center. Rossi's going to ring that around. Zuccarello rings it right back. It actually deflected to Spurgeon, and a shot, and didn't hit Rossi in the slot. Fighting at center, and another penalty in the neutral zone. I believe it was Zuccarello that went down. The Wild are going to be up 2. Oh, Reinhardt lipping off friggin' Zuccarello as he skated to the penalty box. Right, 47 seconds remain. 2-man advantage, 5-on-3. And the Wild are going to go right back to the power play. I do. He had one called off already. There's no reason not to. Can't get any worse. Well, the thing is, maybe there's no one better available or anyone, and if you're going to get people who can't make it any better in your eyes, then it's like, well, at least the comfortability factor between the players and them is here. So we're going to keep it for now until some other name pops up. Again, that's just me thinking out loud. Just need the Wild 1.5 to cover my parlay. So just anything but lose by 2 is all I'm asking. That's a tough one to bet against the Florida Panthers, although they did beat them in Florida earlier this season. I got the Canucks winning, but probably 4-3 or 3-2, just by 1 goal. Yo, shout out to Capo Caco and the Seattle Kraken, bro. Seattle Kraken just fleeced the New York Rangers. All right, here we go. 47 seconds on this 2-man advantage. 4 minutes and 55 on the clock. I did not. I'm watching this game right now. Clayton Keller's good, though. I love the color of the Utah jerseys, man. It's going to be cool to see the logo be unveiled next season. The official logo. Oh, man. I got to refresh my stuff here at this next commercial break. Man, Paul Maurice. I don't care if you're not a fan of Florida or not. I don't care if you hate the Panthers or not. You got to love Paul Maurice. All right, Wild bring it up right side. That bounces to center. Setting up here, Kaprizov. They send it in deep. Kaprizov hovering up front. Right side, Boldy. Blue line. Zuccarello. Boldy just missed Kaprizov. Kaprizov behind to the net. Zuccarello, Kaprizov. Zuccarello. Spurgeon, Boldy. Spurgeon, back to the blue line. See if you can just find a lane. Boldy, shot. Kaprizov, and there it is. Okay, I got to refresh my shit because I'm way behind you guys. Let's go. I mean, I can see it up here. I don't know why my freaking app's lagging. Oh, Rossi got it. All right. Oh, yes, let's go. I'm just looking at the replay right now. Beautiful. Nice. Because, yeah, Kaprizov was right behind Boldy. I thought he was the one who got the stick on it. But no, as we look at this replay here, oh, it was like a little... I think Kaprizov... I don't know if Kaprizov tried to pass that to Rossi. I think he tried just backhand it. But was it Ekblad? Yeah, Ekblad there poked the stick of Kaprizov. And that actually got the puck to Rossi where he got the goal. Let's go, baby. No goal being called off here. Hey, shout out to our friend from Argentina. Very nice. At least the team knows enough to have someone in front of the net, so annoying when they're not. Well, I mean, when Eriksson Ek is there, he's always planted there. You're very negative tonight, hot takes. More than usual. But, I mean, I don't think that they have an issue with planting someone in front of the net. I mean, shoot, man, we see Rossi do it all the time. When Ek's healthy, he's doing it all the time. So I don't think that's the issue at all, personally. And I mean, on the power play, there's always going to be someone in front of the net. All right, they tie it up. Okay, good. We got the commercial break here. I'm going to freaking do a quick refresh. Sorry, I didn't realize how behind I was, guys. I don't know what's going on with my app here. All right, let's do a quick refresh. Okay, that's better. My bad, guys. My bad. All right, here we go. 3 minutes and 28 seconds on the clock. Boldy, Kaprizov with the assist on the Marco Rossi goal, and the Wild keeping it in the offensive zone. Again, first half of that first round, it's like Florida came out just gas, like pedal to the metal, and I think it caught the Wild off guard. Shout out to Marc-Andre Fleury. Did a good job. You know, he let one in, but did a good job overall. And just when I say Marc-Andre Fleury does a good job, look at that right pad save. Oh my goodness, and the Wild get their way back into the zone. Zuccarello shot off the mark, but back to Brodin. Brodin up the right side. Around the net to Hartman. Kulikov got it to Barkov. Things settle down here as both teams get a change. Yeah, 20 minutes in each period. 2 minutes and 33 seconds remain. Yeah. Hey, we can do with 10 seconds. Shout out. Yo, we got people from the Philippines betting on hockey. That's badass. Usually you guys are betting on friggin' Muay Thai or kickboxing, so that's awesome. I didn't hear anything on like a timeline yet, but we will have Brett Marshall from Wildly Informed on during the intermission, and we'll ask him. From being down 6-1 in shots in the first 10-minute period to leading now 11-7, like I know they were on a, you know, I know they had some power play time, but still, great job keeping the puck in the zone. And Declan Chisholm feeds that one through the slot. Was trying to find Foligno there, but the Panthers are back out to center ice, 2-on-2. And Boquist can skate, man. That's a beautiful entry by Boquist. My goodness. And he tried to get a backhand on net. Wild. Bring it up center. And oh, that was a beautiful pass. But Jones lost his footing at the blue line. And a shot. Oh. Sammy Skevich. Top shelf where mama keeps the cookies, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
Look at that pass. He blows the tire, and this is how quick this game is, man. This is how quick the Panthers are in this game is. Ekblad moves it up the ice, and what a snipe. What a snipe. Look, man. That was a beautiful shot. That was a beautiful goal. I don't care if I'm wearing a Minnesota Wild jersey on right now. That was a beautiful goal. I'm from Wisconsin, trying not to get too excited. Hey, I think I got a little... I'm originally from Western Canada. I live in Minnesota now. I got some new Glarus. Maybe we'll fire one up. How's it going, Guitar Bonk? Wisconsin... I mean, I like Lake Superior. I actually jumped in Lake Superior a couple weeks ago. I got some good ones. Shout out from the Philippines. All right, 1 minute and 23 seconds on the clock. They're being tied up left side of Marc-Andre Fleury on the boards. 2-on-2 right now, digging for that puck. It gets out, and the Wild have a Kaprizov. Got it to Zuccarello. Zuccarello just backhands it in deep, and Bobrovsky is going to cover it up. 1 minute and 8 seconds on the clock here, and the Wild are going to get a face-off. From Kentucky. Yeah, shout out to everybody here in the live chat. Where are you watching from? We got Wisconsin. We got Kentucky. Just watch them skate past you. No one was skating on Superior. I did do a cold plunge in Minnetonka a week ago, and there were people skating around us there. 1 minute on the clock. Boldy trying to bring it through the zone. Loses at the blue line, but Zuccarello, man, fighting for it. Was able to keep it in the zone in 2-on-1. Panthers dump it in. Brodin moves it up the wall, but a good forecheck by the Wild. Brodin leaves it to Brock Faber. Brock Faber moving it up the ice. Or passed it up the ice anyways. Fighting for it at center. And the Wild lose it. Atlanta! We got a diverse crowd here. Hey, what's up, Andrew? And Andrew's watching from Canada. I'm good, man. How are you? Thank you so much for joining us. I know it's super late for you right now for a first period hockey game. I need Gustav Forsling to get 2 shots on target. Can you let me know if that happens? I will try. What number is he? Let me know what number he is, Edward, and then I'll keep a note of it. Oh, and Chisholm with the shot, and that just trickled out. I guess I could open up Hockey DB, but if you know it off the top of your head, let me know, or else I'll look it up for you. 15 seconds, and still whacking out of here. Left of Bobrovsky. Chisholm. 10 seconds left. Let's see if you can get a shot, and Chisholm shoots. Not through, or gets through traffic, but stopped by Bobrovsky. The Wild keep it in 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and Bobrovsky doesn't need to cover up because that's all, folks. I need Kaprizov 1 goal. He almost had one. August is the cold superior plunge. True. He wears 42. All right, Edward. I will keep a keen eye, all right? All right. Intermission, ladies and gentlemen. Intermission. And we are going to have the host of Wildly Informed. I say my co-host. He's the one who drives the bus. I'm just the one hitting switches and controls on that show. This is why you, the GOAT, non-biased in MMA or NHL is fucking go. Okay. Thank you for the kind words, but I have to correct you. If there's a Vancouver Canucks game on, I'm pretty biased. It was a win-win for me when the Wild played Canucks. It's like, okay, if the Wild win, well, like, good vibes here in Minnesota. If the Canucks win, well, fuck yeah, go Canucks, baby. I didn't skip your comment. I'm getting through them. Andrew, you always say that, but I don't hit comments like literally like that, right? You got to let me breathe a little bit, Andrew. In the new year, we're going back to Florida, Naples again. Let's go. So when you're in Florida, do you still root for the Maple Leafs, or do you root for the Panthers, or do you root for the Tampa Bay? No, of course you root for the Maple Leafs. I think he'll get it. But yeah, there's like a floating sauna right at like the pier. I think it's called Pier 5. I don't really remember, in Duluth. And yeah, my friend was I do video and audio editing freelance stuff, and one of my clients was doing some work up there, interviewing some people, health and wellness brand type of stuff. And yeah, I got to join in on the fun after filming and stuff like that. So, Andrew, you staying up for the whole game? Fun period. Enjoy tonight, boys. Early morning for me on the East Coast. 4-3 win prediction. Let's go Wild. They have locked in the prediction, Jake. Locked in the prediction. Hey, thank you so much for joining, guys. And we will have a few more of these streams in December, I promise. But I will also say that I'm going to be covering the World Juniors like a madman. I'm going to try to cover as many games as I can. Hey, what's up, Creepy Colors? Good to see you, buddy. Quick period indeed. Does anyone actually know what's wrong with Eck? Did we ever know in hockey? Lower body injury, upper body injury? I think, well, we knew with Zuccarello. All right, maybe Brett isn't joining us. Let me jump on Twitter again. Watch, I'm going to jump on Twitter. I'm going to read this, and Brett's going to be like... Huh? All right. Oh, I forgot. Sorry about that. My mechanical keyboard right under my mic. Click, 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 click. All right. Oh, you got the Utah game on as well. All right. What were your guys' main takeaways from that first period? Obviously, first half of the first period, Wild looked awful. They looked awful. They just could not get their bearings under them as the Florida Panthers were out skating them, out shooting them, out pressuring them. It was just speed, pressure, shots. Marc-Andre Fleury, despite letting one in, did bail them out in the first half of that first period. Second half of that first period, they didn't let that goal being called back go against, like, ruin their momentum. They were able to continue to push. Power play helped. They were able to score. Beautiful job by Rossi. Unfortunately, the Panthers score right after on a little bit of a Minnesota Wild slip up. But I would say overall, the Wild have kind of like evened the playing field and made this more of a competitive game. Whereas in the first 10 minutes, if the Wild played like that the rest of the game, boys, this would be like 6-1 right now going into the second period. So yeah, the speed of the Florida Panthers early, the Wild's ability to come back, and how the first two lines of the Wild are buzzing. Haven't seen much really from the third line. I don't even think the fourth line is getting any numbers or any minutes right now as I refresh the box score here on ESPN. Yeah, Kuznetsov, Devin Shore, and Brendan Gaunce have had like 2 to 3 shifts at most. So Huzanadinov's had 4 shifts. Gauntz has had 3. Devon Shore's had 2. So, and even the third line, man, even the third line's not playing too much here either. But they're really, they're going to be leaning on those top 2 lines here tonight. Many fanboy play-by-play streams are hard to listen to. This is top-notch coverage, good energy. Hey, thank you, Guitar Bonky. I will say that I am, again, even the last one against the Vancouver Canucks, and I'm from the west coast of Canada, I tried to keep an even keel. But all right, here we go. We have a guest here. Usually Seth joins us, but we're gonna take a quick break, like 30-second to a minute break. We're gonna give a quick word to our friends at 9 Mile Brewing, who are kind enough to sponsor all of these live streams. So a quick word from our friends at 9 Mile Brewing, amazing brewery here in Bloomington, Minnesota. So go check them out if you are local. And on the other side, we're going to bring on the man, the myth, the legend, the host of Wildly Informed, Brett Marshall, to run down the first period. He'll give his takeaways, and we'll talk through some of the ones that we took away from that first period as well. On the other side, Brett Marshall from Wildly Informed. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back.
People like, you're making a hef now? It's like last year, I'm like, yeah, that one's called the 11th hour. It's kind of just a cheeky play on that. We kind of release it later than most people towards the end of the summer. I wanted to kind of be in there in that cusp between summer and fall. And now with summers lasting longer and longer these days, and we're in September and it's 80s, it's still a viable option.
Central Division team that I love to love, the Nashville Predators, of course.
And we are back live here with Brett Marshall from Wildly Informed, joining us in Seth's place tonight. How's it going, buddy? What are your takeaways from this this crazy first period where it seemed like the Wild were down and out with the pressure that the Florida Panthers are putting on them early, but literally at like the 10-minute mark exactly, the Wild just kind of like, I don't know what happened. It's like a switch flicked, and now we have a game. What were your key takeaways from the first period?
Yeah, I mean, it was a little bit looser, probably defensively, than we're used to seeing. Florida was credited with 4 high danger chances that period, and the Wild in the season, I think, averaged like 8 total a game, or just over 8.5 a game at 5-on-5. So a little bit more of a wide open period. I mean, the Wild had 8 high danger chances of their own. I think it goes up to 12 if you include the power play. So they had a lot of chances, a lot of good looks. I think the goal interference call was unfortunately the right call. I think.
That's what I said too. I was ripping on the league, and I was like, "Oh, it's the softest fucking league. It's puppy shit." Blah blah blah. But I was like, if we were Florida fans, we'd be like, "Yeah, that's an interference."
Yeah, I think there was just enough where he kind of lost the puck, and it happened kind of as
he embellished a little bit. You saw in slow motion, just
yeah. But unfortunately, I think it was the right call. So even though half the time I don't know what the right call is for goaltender interference, I think that one unfortunately was right, but I think you just want to see him maybe tighten things up a little bit in the defensive zone. There's been some careless passing, those types of things, but I mean, it's been really fast paced, so they gotta watch the turnovers, and I think kind of get back more to the game they're used to playing instead of, I feel like they're kind of playing more to Florida's game than more to their own game right now. So
I've really liked Zuccarello's play. He's been physical.
Yeah, I think there's been some nice good plays. I thought Chisholm had a nice period too. Seemed like he was all over the puck. up at the top. So, I think, having Zuccarello back, we talked a little bit about it last night, just like how different Kaprizov looks when Zuccarello's on the ice with them, just some of the more confident plays with the puck. And I think we saw that. I mean, that line nearly scored again there at the end of the period. Like they've looked really good all game. We'll see if the numbers back it up here quick. They got a 9-5 Corsi advantage, 5 shots on goal, already 0.46 expected goals for. So they're already buzzing, like looking to have a really strong game. So hopefully they can keep it going.
Bobrovsky seems pretty dialed as well, though. So
yeah, which unfortunately he chooses the game against the Wild to be dialed because it sounds like he's sucked as of late. So.
And it's like end of a road trip too, of course. But Fleury looking on point early. I mean, if anything, he's the one who bailed out the Wild and kept them in. I mean, dude, Florida could have scored 3 times in like the first 10 minutes. Let's be perfectly honest.
Yeah, he had some really big saves early on. That one cross crease was huge. But I think the other thing too is we talk about big saves a lot of times, but big saves don't matter when it's 3-zip, 4-zip, 4-2 or whatever. Like when it's 1-zip, 0-0, those are huge saves. Right? They'll keep you in it. They can wake you up. So I think that was huge. We've seen now back-to-back games now where he's come up with some, or not back-to-back for him.
Back-to-back starts, yeah.
Yeah, where he's come up with some really big saves, and hopefully the Wild can thank him for it by tying this game up.
Hot takes. I smell a Boldy goal coming. Been quiet the last 5 games. At least he got a point. He's been still getting points, but and it's just the weird thing about Boldy is like, I mean, yeah, you can call his scoring somewhat inconsistent. And Hot Take said it earlier. I barked back a little bit, but the thing is, like, he's not an inconsistent player because if he doesn't score, like he'll assist or he'll be playing just good hockey and not being an anchor out there. If anything, doing the other little things to help you win games. Now I know he's leaned upon for scoring, but like if you just don't got it that night, or you're not hitting the net, or you're not getting the looks, like if you're doing the other things right, like I'm not gonna rip on you, especially when you're getting those minutes and at least clearing space for some of the other guys to try to get a chance.
Yeah, and I know last night we talked a lot about Foligno's defensive numbers, but like if you look, like Matt Boldy's actually not too far behind him with how well he's actually played defensively on that side of the puck as well. So to your point, like even those nights he's not scoring, he's often controlling more than 50% of the expected goals. It's not like when he's not scoring, he's getting caved in defensively. He's had a couple good looks already tonight. He had a really nice setup from a really nice zone entry from Johansson with some speed down the right side. Spent away from an attacker, found Boldy late, and he just unfortunately whistled it over the top of the goal. But you like to see plays like that. I thought Johansson's looked like he's had a nice bump. Hartman's had a couple good looks. We talked about how snake bitten he's been. Unfortunately, Johansson gets in a half a step earlier. Those two run on a 2-on-1. So
bro, it's like 3 times already. It was like 3 or 4 times have been awesome. But you know what? Like Florida's making it way tougher for the Wild to control the neutral zone and win those neutral zone battles, which is something that the Wild have, in my opinion, excelled at all season. And I feel like they're having a hard time adjusting to that because they usually have like the clean zone entries, or they can dump and chase, where it's now they're like really fighting at the blue line. And they're like, I like how Kaprizov seems like he's trusting Rossi a little bit more to make those short passes, but like it hasn't been easy for them, which they've made it look relatively easy this season. And those are the 2 things I said. The Florida Panthers have been beating the Wild at 2 things. And this is my biggest takeaway from the first period. They've been beating the Wild in the little things that the Wild excel at and use to win games even when they don't score. And that is face-off and neutral zone just control. Like it is their zone. And Florida's giving them a run for their money and actually like kill them in the face-off zone, I'm pretty sure. Let's check it out here. Okay, they've tied it up. But man, early it was bad.
Yeah, Freddie's 5 out of 6 so far. And then Rossi 4 out of 4 or 4 out of 8. And
that's not too bad.
Kinda,
again, the first 10 minutes was just so awful. So awful.
Yeah. 4 high danger chances that period alone for Rossi. He's already got a half of expected goal through 1 period.
Hey, so Marc-Andre plays well when he gets tested early.
Yeah.
When he breaks a sweat, so that's good. What do we need to see from the Wild to be successful this second period? And what do they have to, I guess, be on alert on from what you've seen so far with the Panthers play?
Yeah, well, I think anytime you get a 5-on-3, you have to kind of think that you're up next for a penalty call. Like anything little ticky-tack, like a stick so much as touches someone's hands is probably a hook, those types of things. So making sure they play a clean period, I think, would be one. That long change can be always hard in the second period. You don't want to get caught because it's harder to get a change. And then as we talked about off the jump, I think just dialing it back to their game a little bit, slowing the game down a little bit, establishing some forecheck, get back to the strong play in the defensive zone, and just kind of slow the game down because that's how they win games. They got to play a slow, kind of groggy game. I don't think they can always keep up with this run and gun type stuff. I mean, they did it for a period. They're down 1, had some good looks, but I think to get back in the lead, they gotta shore that up a little bit.
Yeah, and I mean, if the Panthers don't slow down at all, then it's not good, because we've seen teams come out like really quick against the Wild and they've struggled in the first period. Then when like the other teams kind of come back down to earth, and it's like, okay, then the Wild kind of take over, or like you said, kind of polish things up, shut stuff down, and are able to squeak by. But like like in Edmonton, if they're just gonna keep, or when Edmonton came here last week, if they're just gonna keep pounding them, it's like that's no bueno.
Yeah, I mean, it's always tough when you're missing guys too, but you still got 2 periods left. You're only down a goal, so a lot of game left, and I think they've looked good tonight. I think they're a half a step off in some little areas, but I think it's something that's pretty quickly correctable. And
all right, Hockey from Home has a little random question for you here, but since we have a couple minutes before puck drop, where do you see Andrei Kuzmenko being traded, and where?
Is he on the block?
I don't know. I mean, it's Calgary, so maybe everybody's on the block.
Yeah, I mean, they just traded for him last year, was it?
Yeah,
or the year before. I mean, I think it just kind of depends, like what they decide to do at the deadline and kind of the direction they want to go with the team. I know they started off pretty good to start the year, but I think now they're 5th in the division, but only 2 points behind Edmonton. A couple games more than the teams in front of them, but if they're in the playoff mix at the end of the year, I don't know why you trade a guy like that, but if the season goes off the rails and, we've already seen them start selling off a decent amount of pieces last year. And if they want to continue to dig that hole deeper, then maybe you do it. But
he's an interesting player because comes right out of the KHL, scores 39 with the Canucks in his first year, and then gets traded 43 games in with only 8 goals, and then 14 goals in 29 games with the Flames, has 1 goal in 28 games right now, but 10 points. So it's just like, it's a weird player as far as value, because I feel like guys at the deadline might be like, okay, we can roll the dice and he's with a new team and he might score, or there might be nothing. So fun guy to cheer for, like always smiling, loves the game. But yeah, that one, I can't imagine you paying a lot for him right at the deadline, given what he's done or lack thereof this season.
Yeah. I mean, what an example for regression though. I mean, that season, 39 goals
to 8
on 143 shots, but he shot at 27.3%.
Yeah. I forget if he was with Petey or Miller, but they just,
I mean, that's Marcus Foligno type shooting numbers right there. Like that rarely ever happens. And then the next year, right back down, like average 12.7. And then even last year it was at 24%. It's like a pretty good finisher. It just seems like he needs to get some more pucks actually to the net.
He needs line mates. He can't do it alone. Right. And he was like that in Russia too. Okay. Before we let you go here, Brett, and we'll get one more commercial break in for our friends at 9 Mile. And then Brett's also going to join us, assuming Brett doesn't fall asleep on the couch there. It is getting late, but no, Brett's going to join us for second intermission too, guys. But Hockey has one more question. This is going to be my last question to Brett too. What is your score prediction?
I think we're going to see the game tighten up quite a bit. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know who's going to win yet. Maybe get back there for the second period, but I think maybe 3-2. I think maybe the Wild tied up this period, and then we find a winner in the third.
All right. I will say 4-2 Panthers OT. That is my official prediction.
4-3?
4-3 for the Panthers.
Okay.
In OT.
You said 4-2 OT. I was like, wait a minute.
Oh, geez, yeah, 4-3. Jeez, it's
so that
hold on one second, guys. One second. I brought the whole coffee maker in today.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. That should get me through the rest of the game. I literally brought the whole coffee maker in my room here for this one, boys.
Well, thank you. Maybe we'll get lucky tomorrow. At least some people will benefit from the snow and not have to go into the office or get a delayed start or work in school stuff. Supposed to get like 5 to 7 inches of snow overnight, so we'll see if that actually happens or not.
Good thing I don't have to drive to Mountain tomorrow. Anyways, Brett, we're gonna sneak in one more break here. We'll see you for the second period, or right after for the second intermission. Thanks for hopping on.
Yeah, you bet. See you in a bit.
All right, guys. And we are back for the second period, ladies and gentlemen. Puck has just dropped. 19:42 on the clock. Again, big shout to Brett Marshall for joining us in the first intermission. Freddie Gaudreau with a shot blocked in front, and that was kicked out by Nosek. And the Panthers control that at center ice. Nice pass there, and shot blocked by Spurgeon. Jonah Gadjevich, bro. Shout out to Jonah Gadjevich. I remember watching that guy in the OHL, second round pick for the Vancouver Canucks. Guy can scrap, dude. Nice save by Marc-Andre Fleury. Hit the mask. He's checking on it now, but things seem to be okay. Freddie Gaudreau, he's going to dump it in the zone. Panthers have it as Wild complete their change. And that pass didn't hit his man, and Kaprizov sent it back to the blue line. Brock Faber sends it in, and Kaprizov now in the corner. Left side, Zuccarello has it. Zuccarello trying to center to Kaprizov, and the puck is in front of the net in traffic. Marco Rossi has it. Back to the blue line. Shot by Brodin. Blocked in front, and the Panthers are going to try to send this one out and can't control it at the blue line. Sam Reinhart evades his man. Faber stays on him. Reinhart battling with Faber. Reinhart gets it to center, but no one there at the slot, or I guess it didn't hit his man at the slot. Sends it around, and Faber has it. Sends it back to Brodin, who brings it back to Faber. Waiting for the breakout here. Wild never had back-to-back losses this year. Think this might be the first 5-2 Florida. I have a bad feeling, but like I'm glad that the Wild made it a game based on what we saw in the first 10 minutes, right? 17:42. Good defense behind the net. But held in, and a shot blocked in front. Actually, that went off Matt Boldy. Boldy has it, though. Oh, but he gets his pocket picked. Nice check there by Tkachuk. Matthew Tkachuk. Back to Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe with a shot. Another post. Another post, but this time it doesn't go in. Whew, another shot from the blue line and a nice save by Marc-Andre Fleury. Kicks that one out, and Hartman tries to get in. He tried to toe drag around his opponent, but nice defensive play. Hartman tried to get out in front, nobody there, but Bobrovsky will cover up, and we have a face-off in front of the Panthers netminder. He's not at Seth's place, Hogger from home? Yeah, no problem. Have a good night. All right. 15 shots to 10 for the Wild. Faceoff's going to come to the right of Bobrovsky. Again, big shout out to everybody joining us here tonight. Appreciate you guys. Wild keep this one in. Rings around the boards, left side. Shaw. Oh, not a shot from the blue line. He was teasing the shot at the blue line, but pass it to center, and Brendan Gaunce can't get the shot on. That fourth line's out there. Who's Nadinov? Gets it to the slot. Devin Shore, and Spurgeon with a shot! And stopped and covered by Bobrovsky. Hey, the fourth line is out there. The fourth line kept the puck in the offensive zone. The fourth line ended up at least getting the puck to Spurgeon to get a shot on net. Can't complain. Can't complain. Thank you. You have a good night and a good rest of the stream. What's up, Money Making D? One sec, Money. Read chat. 16:20 on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. And that's going to be offside. 16-16 right outside the Panthers zone. What do you guys think? Do you like, the Wild's regular jerseys, or do you like the Subway jerseys? Do you like the Ode to the North Stars style? Let me know. Oh, sorry, this is in the, what did I say? This is Bobrovskis is to the right of Marc-Andre Fleury. Yeah, that doesn't work in the United States, though, Hockey. But yes, thank you. If you're in Canada, that works. Or if you have a VPN, that works. For some reason, that one doesn't work in the States. 1607. But yes, Hockey, thank you. That one's honestly even better. And a nice shot by the Panthers. Panthers tried to keep it in, but that puck flickers out. Wild sends it cross ice in the neutral zone, and they send that one in deep. They're going to complete their change. And the Panthers, unable to get into the Wild zone with ease. Wild, instead of breaking out, try to make a short pass to the neutral zone, but that was broken up. Puck goes back into the Wild zone. Wild, they're going to try to break out again. Big stretch pass up to Zuccarello. Didn't get it, but he is fighting against Zuccarello. Man, Zuccarello's looked so good here tonight. He picks the pocket of Ekblad and actually gets this play set up. Zuccarello. A one-nut Zuccarello is a mythical creature, ladies and gentlemen. A one-nut Zuccarello is a mythical creature. Faber, Kaprizov dangles, but cut off there by Ekblad. Kaprizov gets the puck back. Rossi tried to find Zuccarello. That would have been a beautiful pass, but Gustav Forsling able to get in between that one. El North Stars, they left. I believe so, Hockey from home. What's up, Kenny? I got to if Kenny Biggums is in the chat, bro. 14:23 on the clock. I just gave it to you, man. Mr. Cloud, I just gave it to you. If you can't read chat, that's not my fault, buddy. If you can't read chat, that's not my fault. I'm not going to do this all game, guys. I gave it to you once. Read chat. I'm not doing it again. You guys are smart guys. You guys are smart guys. And a nice shot there by the Florida Panthers in. Fleury slows that down, keeps the puck in play. And the Florida Panthers keeping this deep in the zone. And that goes up and out of play. Yeah, Akil, read chat, buddy. Read chat. I gave it to you guys. 13:53 seconds on the clock. I mean, it's on TNT Sports, ESPN, you know. All right, we're going to commercial break here, guys. Going to commercial break. Good start. Good start by both teams. Slight edge maybe to the Wild, but I mean, dude, Zuccarello, though. Zuccarello. He's looked so good. I told Brett in the first period, I liked how physical he's been. Yeah, he's just been on tonight, and he's defensively and picking his opponent's pockets, and I mean, fighting one-on-one, not fighting, but battling one-on-one. Ekblad in the corner for a puck and ends up getting it back to set up the play. Beautiful stuff. What's up, Beta? In case they didn't know, they can listen to it for free on the NHL app, and I believe Sirius XM NHL as well has the game on. And if you are local, it is on KFan. Good to see you, Beta. Thank you so much for joining. Good to see you again. Brett's actually going to be joining us again for the second intermission. My money is on the Panthers. Yeah, I got them winning by one goal. But like I said, I'm glad the Wild have made this like a competitive game because, I mean, it sucks to watch a blowout if it's not your team. But even sometimes if it's your team. Like, let's be honest, the Vancouver Canucks last year beat San Jose like 8-1. It wasn't a fun game. It's only money. It's on Sportsnet in Canada, I believe. Yeah, well, Sportsnet has the NHL rights. Other than, I think, Montreal and Senators are on, and some Toronto games are on TSN. But for the most part, it's all on Sportsnet. All right, here we go, guys. Here we go. Again, big shout out to everybody joining us. Appreciate you guys. Smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. We do multiple watch parties every single month. I aim to do one a week. Sorry, I've been busy. I moved. as you can see with the background here, and it's been a busy work week, but we're gonna get back into the groove, and we're gonna be streaming so much World Junior, guys. So many World Juniors. Game Brandon Gaunce sends it out front. That goes off a stick and didn't find his man. John Merrill carries it in. Sends it around. Bogosian even pinching here. Jeez. And Merrill behind the net, fighting, losing possession. Sent it into the Wild zone, but battling to regain possession, the Wild do. Wow, they're going to have to slow this down as they get a change, and they do begin their change. Florida through center. Here we go. See, this is the Minnesota Wild that I recognize from this season. Absolute control of the neutral zone. And Johansson skates around there. Johansson looking for a shot, and that goes wide. I think that actually hit the stick of one of the Florida players. Boldy, back to Johansson. Johansson, nice little pass to Hartman, but he doesn't get that tip. Honestly, I've liked the second line tonight. I'm not sure. Hockey I don't know. I'm hoping the Canucks win. Maybe 3-2 Canucks. They got to get some more scoring too. They can't rely on Sherwood every game. I think Hughes will get a goal too. And we got a whistle here, guys. All right, Wild still leading in shots 16-12. Face-offs. Okay, Panthers 16-13 in face-offs. Hey, what's up, Horror Docs? Come on, wow. I have Utah. Dude, I know it's not Seattle, it's Utah, but I know it's not Utah, Seattle, but just thinking of both new teams. How about that Capo Caco trade? Good to see you, Horror Docs. You got Utah and the Ducks. 12-11 on the clock in this second period. 2-1 for the Florida Panthers. Kaprizov tried to get it to his man, but that was broken up in the neutral zone, and Florida sends it the length of the ice. 2-on-1 while battling on the boards. Close to the corner here. 2-on-2 here. Spurgeon tried to get that back. He couldn't control it, but Chisholm was able to send it to the neutral zone. Nice little drop pass. And the Wild did a good job of bringing it into the Panthers zone, but Panthers break it up, and they're going to try to slow this down. Wild pressuring them, and they maintain that wall in the neutral zone. Wild get a change. Florida can't get anything going here in the Wild zone. Wild tried to hit a stretch pass, but that gets broken up by the Panthers. Nailed Detroit in the over. Nice guitar bonk. That's nice. Oh, thank you, Hockey from Home. They need to put Barkov in my parlay. Needs to hit, man. He has been playing. 10 minutes and 55 seconds on the clock. Oh, and turnover, backhand, and Fleury makes the save. He was trying to go 5-hole backhand. Fleury makes the save, and his defenseman clears the crease, and that's going to be an icing, but oh my goodness. Little forehand, backhand action to try to hit the 5-hole, and Marc-Andre, bro. Beautiful pocket being picked. Damn. All right, and we're going to have, Barkov's on the ice right now. We're going to have a face-off to the right of Marc-Andre Fleury. Yep. Holla. Florida, they have it here. Left side shot. That didn't get through traffic, and the Wild have it. And we're going to have a breakout. Foligno. He's got Goudreau in front of him. Goudreau battling Forsling here in the corner. And another open ice opportunity. Kachuk gets to it, but he was in the corner. Tried to find a man up front, and the Wild are all there. They're battling left side. 10 minutes and 6 seconds. I'll refresh my app here. Next whistle, guys. Need one more PT from Kaprizov. What's up, Zach? Good to see you. Held in the wild zone by the Panthers. It's been a good, there's good flow to this game, man, because the Wild were doing well and the Panthers push back. The Wild needed to change, but okay, they get their change. They get their change. Ryan Hartman out there back to the blue line. Bogosian sends it back in. Hartman to Boldy. Off the pads of Bobrovsky and another shot by Bogosian. And that's going to trickle down. Oh, looks like I'm about to refresh my broadcast right now. Sorry, guys, everything's keep freezing. Refresh. All right, there we go. Nine minutes on the clock. Wild in their own zone looking for the breakout. And they send it the length of the ice. Certainly feels that way. Rossi will become that new guy. Or one of the guys where it's like, hey, if Kaprizov and Rossi score, we'll win the game. Maybe next year we'll be confident with him in that. That's cool. Hockey from home. That's cool. And the Florida Panthers, they're going to send it the lengths of the ice as Florida goes for a change, but the Wild pretty much just poke it up the boards around. And Wild looking for a change. Well, back and forth change here, and they just chipping back and forth. Right side, Wild. Nice cross pass. Kaprizov shot. And that's going to go wide. But the Wild still have it in the Panther zone. 7:54 on the clock. Go Jets. He might, dude. He might. He's one of their best players. 2 minutes in. 7:39. And a tip by the Wild, but that was cut off by Gustav Forsling. And Florida, as they change, pushes that back into the Wild zone. But Brodin with the quick turnaround. Brodin gets the play going. This first line is out there. Kaprizov still forechecking. Aaron Ekblad gets his pocket picked by Kaprizov. That's Zuccarello and Kaprizov who've picked his pocket. Kaprizov, center, just throws it on net, but that's going to go wide or go high. I still can often not to dry up when buyout penalty is over. And the Panthers with a nice little pass, short pass, as they come up that left side, but Fleury with the beautiful save. Florida has it right side. Nate Schmidt, Minnesota native. And absolute beauty. Helping to move that puck. And Barkov back to Schmidt. Schmidt with a shot. And that goes wide. Fucking love Nate Schmidt. One of my favorite players. And just humans. He's awesome. Former Gopher as well. Shot, but that's wide. Panthers able to keep it in. They're behind the Wild's net. Oh, and what a goal. What a goal by Barkov. There's your goal, baby. Alexander Barkov just got the goal. Oh my God, what a goal by Barkov. He was behind the net instead of just making a play. We got to watch the replay, but that was nasty. That was nasty. Holy. Kaprizov was on the ice for 1:59 seconds. Yeah, because Boldy and him didn't get off the ice. Jeez, that just went. So look at this, Barkov. Backhand sauce pass to Barkov. See, I didn't think Barkov got it at first. I thought it hit the stick of Hartman that bounced, but nope, Barkov got it. Beautiful, beautiful. 10th goal of the season for Barkov. 6:13 on the clock. Wild still out shooting the Florida Panthers by 5, 20-15, but it is 3-1 for the Florida Panthers with 6:13 left. Minnesota's challenging it for offside. I mean, they mine as well. They mine as well. I have a +1.5 handicap for the Wild. Please. Good to see you, by the way, Stan. Game over, Panthers win. I'm pretty sure we have a whole other period left and 6 minutes. What's up, unnamed? How you doing? Come on, Kaprizov. Got to step it up one more time for me, brother. Give me one more. PT GOAT. No, that's onside. That's onside. 6:13. If it's not there, hockey, you have the answer. No, it has not been posted yet. It'll probably be posted tonight or tomorrow. Actually, it will latest tomorrow. Dude, what are you talking about? It goes to period 3. I almost don't even want to answer this question. No way, it's offside. No, dude. Every hockey game goes to a third period unless the Canadians are fighting the Soviets in the 70s or the 80s. That's the only time a game's not going to go to the end. Or if like there's a terrible injury or something like that. But yes, hockey games don't stop in the second period when a team is up. We're going into the third, Stan. We're going into the third. That was a crazy challenge. I feel like that was like a Hail Mary or the video. Okay, what do you think, chat? Do you think the video coach actually caught that one? Do you think the video coach actually caught that one? Because if so, the video coaches are more valuable to the Wild than their fucking special team coaches right now. I'll tell you that much. No worries then, Stan. No worries. Sorry for being short with you. But yes, we always go to the third period, my man. We always go to the third periods. 3 periods of hockey, baby. 3 periods of hockey, 20 minutes apiece. And the Wild have it. Nice job by Foligno. Foligno sending it back to the blue line. Right side, Bogosian. Bogosian sends it to Merrill. Merrill loses it, but sends it back around the boards. Have this game going over. That hurts. I'm dead. It would be a pretty terrible game. Panthers change in the Wild. They're going to change up front as they look for their next breakout. 5 minutes and 57 seconds on the clock. We need to manifest goals. Give me Boldy and Hartman goals. Give me Boldy and Hartman's goals.
Exactly that.
Low scoring but quick game. No, I still think it'd be absolutely awful. I mean, maybe like I don't know. I would not watch that game. Hockey from home. 5 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. Yo, what's up, Chris? Good to see you. And nice job by Evan Rodriguez. Backhand there. Looks like he was trying to find his man up front, but that's going to be gloved up by Marc-Andre. Nice hockey from home. Nice. All right, we're going to commercial break here, guys. We're going to commercial break here. And again, a fun period. A fun period. Wild can't just find their scoring touch. And it's interesting because the beginning of that period, it was more Minnesota Wild setting the pace. Minnesota Wild getting more shots on net, getting more opportunities. Now, the Wild still have more shots on net. Still have more shots on net. Florida Panthers, I mean, the hockey gods even things out, ladies and gentlemen. The hockey gods even things out. But chat, let me know again. Do you think that was the video coach who like caught that and was like, no, challenge it right away? Or do you think John Hines and the staff are like, you know what? We might as well challenge it because they got one and we're just going to believe in the hockey gods. What do you think, chat? What do you think? Wow, man, that callback really busted my balls. Dude, there's a guy in the chat who's betting for Kaprizov to win a goal, and his goal got called back too. So it's hockey gods karma. I still think Barkov is going to have a chance to get one. I still think Kaprizov will have a chance to get one. And go up, boy. Thank you so much for joining, brother. It was AI. I'm out. Are you allowed to have an AI app that finds... Because I don't think Toronto called that one. But let's be honest, Toronto doesn't give a fuck about the Wild. I'd put it this way. I bet if Toronto even saw it on their screen as bright and clear as it is on my screen, they'd probably just be like, who cares? It's late. No one's watching. Here we are like, what the fuck? 46 seconds. Okay, they're asking John Hine. No, he said it was the video coaches who caught it. Said it was the video coach who caught it. Still second in points in the NHL. Crazy, man. If Hines is doing that, needs to be let go. Man, hot takes is negative takes tonight, man. So you're saying if he would have swung with it? No, in all seriousness, you got to have some sort of backing there because you don't just swing on something like that. Because I missed that one. You missed that one. We all missed that one. But I doubt Billy Guerin would fire him based on that infraction alone. The hockey solver. Lately, whenever a team challenges offside, their video team already confirms it was. I haven't seen a challenge for offsides not called back. I've seen 3 called back or 4 called back on stream. 3 called back on stream. I think one was like a Flyers game. I was watching a Flyers game with a buddy. Good to see you, Donnie. 5 minutes on the clock in this second period. I mean, on stream, not in this stream, but like while I've been covering games this season. Four minutes and 51 seconds. What do you think about Hines overall, though, hot takes? Do you think if the Wild are gonna go on a run, maybe not this year, but when they get a few more pieces, when they get some of the young guys pop, do you think Hines is gonna be the guy that is with them when they pop, whether they go on a long run or not? Or do you think he's, oh my goodness, and the Florida Panthers, sorry for no play-by-play there. I didn't even think this was gonna be a goal. The Florida Panthers lackadaisically bring that in front of the net and get a goal, and now there's a little brouhaha there, brewing some pushing and shoving. No scraps just yet as the ref is trying to separate them here, but Tkachuk's involved. Net is knocked off its bearings. But yeah, Asga was posing the question to hot takes there. Wild had a chance in the Panthers zone, and honestly, slow play into the Wild zone. They kind of just lackadaisically bring it in front of the net, and that puck sneaks in with 4 minutes and 33 seconds on the clock. That was a bad challenge. It would be 4-1 with how bad the PK is. Well, it would have been 3-1. Oh, I guess it would have been 3-1, no? Oh yeah, because they would have scored 2. Got you. You think you would be fired because of that, though? That's the real test of how negative you are tonight. Over 5.5 still easy. That's what Barkey gets for not being Russian. Panthers actually winning. Dude, they've looked good tonight, man. The first 10 minutes in particular, right? But this period's been back and forth, and accidentally on purpose won by Tkachuk. Isn't most of Tkachuk's antics accidentally on purpose? Oh, Tkachuk's going off for a minor penalty? Give a little shove there to Johansson. Man, I still can't believe the Canucks passed on Matthew Tkachuk for Olli Juolevi. Speaking of Finns, Barkov, top Finn. Where's Olli Juolevi now? Exactly. Third period, but yes. I mean, I didn't mean to be that guy. I'm not the guy who corrects people's grammar and stuff like that. But bro, there's 3 periods in hockey. Come on. 4 minutes and 32 seconds on the clock. I have way too much. I'm tired. It's been a long day, but I'm buzzing off the caffeine. I literally have drank 1.5 liters of coffee already on this stream, guys. One more period left after this. 4 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock. And the Florida Panthers with a shot. Ekblad hits the post again, ladies and gentlemen. And another shot center and a glove save by Marc-Andre Fleury. The Wild, they're in shambles. They're in shambles. Who's covering these guys? Who's covering these guys? 4-on-4, man. 4-on-4. And the coverage has just been imploding for the Wild. I think Hines is going to lose the room. This team has gremlins. I don't think he'll lose the room this year. I don't think he'll lose the room this year. If it's a bumpy start next year with some new faces and some young guys with, you know, some expectations based off how they perform this year under John Hines, I think we might start to at least have those conversations. Wilder Road Wars, right? But I mean, they're not getting their ass handed to them in this game though, which is nice. Like, I was at the Edmonton game last Thursday. Other than Lauko's goal and Freddie Gaudreau being on the ice for a goal, it was just that, like, the Wild were bad. They were bad in that game. Whereas in this game, like, again, other than the first 10 minutes in that last fucking shift 4-on-4, I can't say this team's been bad tonight. It's been a good competitive game, but they got to find some scoring here late, man. They got to find some scoring here late. Even, like, and this goes without saying, but a goal here in the final 4 minutes going into the third period, even down one, is huge for momentum. Huge for momentum. But yeah, like I said, when Brett was on, I just, and maybe, and I'll admit this, guys, maybe it was just because of how the game started. And I was like, oh yeah, Florida, they just got that speed. And I just don't think that their speed is going to fade. I forget what team it was. I want to say it was, God, what was some of the other streams I did? Columbus. So Columbus, opening night actually started with like a crazy amount of speed too, but then they started to fade and come back down to earth later. Chicago, same sort of thing. And again, two not good teams, but I'm just talking just from like a speed factor. And they kind of came back down to earth again. The way they play the game, the skill they have on the ice aside, just like the speed that they've had. And they were giving Wild some issues early just with that because they weren't able to keep up with that. But the pace and speed started to fade a little bit and the Wild were able to take over. Whereas the Panthers here, I don't think it's going to fade much. Momentum is everything, absolutely. Still 4-on-4, 3 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock. Kaprizov on the ice. Sends it all the way across, but no one there. Panthers have it. Center. Florida up the ice. They have it in the corner. Kaprizov tried to separate him from it and pass up the right side, leaving it to the blue line. 40 seconds left, 4-on-4. A nice pass. Reinhardt spinning around Fleury, looking for another man, being double checked here. Back to the blue line. Gustav Forsling. And they cycle this one to the corner. Nice hit by the Minnesota Wild. Brodin sends Reinhardt to the ground. And Kaprizov was shaken up there on that play. He gets back up. 10 seconds left in this 4-on-4. 2 minutes and 40 seconds in the period. And a shot. Fleury can't hold that one. Gives up the rebound, and the puck goes up and out. This is huge for the Wild, who need a change. So much for tightening up, right? Wild doing their typical self in December. They always slip a bit before Christmas. The NHL is moving fast. Trickery goals are going to become less common, and players like half the Florida team who remind me of Marchand will be outdated and irrelevant. I mean, I don't think if you play like Marchand, you'll ever be irrelevant, Donnie. Maybe not score as much. He's not going to be scoring 30 anymore, but that type of player will never be irrelevant from the game. If you can skate and pressure, I don't think you'll, even if the game speeds up a little bit more, I can't think that those type of players would be irrelevant. 2 minutes and 14 seconds and a shot by Johansson. Bobrovsky Why is the play blown dead? Oh, his mask. Okay, I was going to say. The crowd booing this one. Hey, you can do that. You can do that one. Straps on the mask comes on. Goalie's not going to take any chances. Although, I mean, there was a rebound that the Wild were going to attack again, but fair enough, fair enough. Don't see this team being that different next year. Not too many crazy free agents. I would hope they're aiming for center. Bro, Yurov's coming over next year. Enough said, bro. Enough said. Not that he's going to, like, save this team, but, like, he is unreal. And I know one guy's not going to save this team, but if what they need is an upgrade in scoring, they got one. They got one. And, I mean, we'll see if Ogren takes a step forward, which I think he'll need, like, a step forward in the league, right? You know, he'll have the odd 25-point, 30-point season. Maybe even a little bit less to start like his career in the National Hockey League. I could see them being a similar type of team next year, though. And a broken stick. And we're going to have a slashing call on the Wild. Greer gets his stick friggin' slashed there by Boldy. A little frustration by Boldy on that play. 1 minute and 41 seconds. And this is awful for the Minnesota Wild here. We were talking about momentum going shorthanded with 1 minute and 41 seconds left in the period is horrible. Because even if they survive, they're going to start shorthanded. That came off too easily for me, says the broadcast. And oh, there's a shot already off the post. My goodness. And Matthew Tkachuk has it on the left side. Ekblad to the right side. Reinhart. Side of the circle. Reinhart. Ekblad shot. Rebound. And that's going to be kicked out to the right side. Around the back of Fleury. Deflects back to the Ekblad and a shot by Ekblad and score off the rebound. Matthew Tkachuk scores the power play goal. It was inevitable. It was inevitable. And the Florida Panthers now are officially outshooting the Wild again. Oh my goodness.
Emotional.
Oh my goodness. And again, this is one of those where, like, Fleury's having a good game, man. Fleury's, I mean, obviously you don't want to give up those rebounds, but this is Marc-Andre Fleury. He is the rebound. Oh, we already have one. It happened. Wait, shorthanded goal coming up for who? The Wild? Come on, Wild. We need something. 4-1 for the Florida Panthers. 1 minute left in the second period. Now, this is going to be a tough hill to climb, ladies and gentlemen, in the third period. Marc-Andre Fleury is going to have to be a wall for them. More of a wall. I mean, he hasn't had a bad game. He has not had a bad game. He's going to have to be like the Gus Bus wall in this third period. And the Minnesota Wild are going to have to find some scoring, man. Because they've been leaning on the top two lines, but even then, man, they had a good start to that second period, but it fell off. It fell off, man, around the 12-minute mark. And Minnesota, right side. Kaprizov finds Rossi. That's blocked. Stays in the Florida Panthers zone. 10 seconds left. And Zuccarello gives it to Spurgeon. Kaprizov with a shot. And Sergei Bobrovsky is going to save that one. 7 seconds remain. I take 5-2. Only one wall, and he's in Toronto. That's a wall. I said wall. Just thinking about the Toronto Maple Leafs makes me want to fucking puke. All right, I'm gonna choose sleep over violence, bro. I watch Japanese MMA. I choose violence over sleep all day, every day, and I will say it's not a healthy life choice, Rusty. Rusty as fuck. Get some sleep, my man. I will see you likely next week for another stream, and I'll be live for all the World Juniors, or as many as I can fit in. But we're gonna be doing a lot. Thank you so much for joining, Rusty, and that is it for the second period, ladies and gentlemen. Those who are staying up, those who are sticking around, and Kaprizov pushing and shoving Kachuk there. Kaprizov is a little pissed off. It's the broadcast. Kachuk seems to be involved in everything here. Yeah, it's Matty Kachuk, bro. I take it back 5-2. Florida is too bold for the Wild. 5-1 won't score. I think the Wild get one. I think the Wild get one. I don't think they get 3. I don't think they get 2 in the third period, but I see them getting 1 because that's textbook Minnesota, right? They'll probably have the best third period that they've had in a long time, but only be able to score 1. Or watch, they'll get like 3 power plays in the third period and only score on 1 of them, or score 5-on-5 when, I don't know, like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like the goal, if the Wild score in the third, it's going to be like in the most like Minnesota sports situation. No, they make me puke because I grew up in Canada, and if you don't live in Toronto, you get force-fed Toronto sports down your fucking throat, and I hate it. So TSN and Sportsnet has made me hate Toronto. So blame them, Donnie. Blame them. I would cut off a whole arm if it meant that the Toronto Maple Leafs never win a Stanley Cup. Not even again, just in my lifetime. I hate the Leafs more than I love my mother. Sorry, Mom, but I do. And it's Sportsnet and TSN's fault. 5-3 final. All right, Marin, you're... Jeez. So this Semper Fi is crazy. He's done with the Wild, even though they're still second in the NHL. Interesting. Are you fucking kidding me? What's up, Drock? So this guy must have lost some money. Oh, take a deep breath, man. Take a deep breath. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. What is wrong with the dog shit? Wild. I wouldn't say they're dog shit. I think you guys are overreacting here, bro. I'm in a Wild jersey here, and I'm just straight chilling, man. Leafs Nation. Hey, I love Leafs fans. I hate the Leafs. I wipe my ass with the blue maple leaf, not the red maple leaf. Oh, Canada, baby. I mean, look, I got Don Cherry in view. Lost your parlay. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Don't get how a PK can be consistently bad. It's like, what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting it to be different? Like, something has to give. Something has to give. As long as Kaprizov gets a point, I don't care. Well, he got a point. What happens? Need 1 total. He had 2, and I was robbed, man. He got a point. I thought the whole season was going to be like this. Yeah, I know. People are just like, and sports fans, sometimes they get a little crazy. And you know what? I'm not blaming you guys. I'm not judging you guys. It's late. It's late for an NHL game here on Central Time and Eastern Time. I thought it was going to, yeah, I mean, no, I don't think anybody thought the Wild were going to have the almost halfway mark of the season that they've had here. I certainly didn't think so. I didn't even think they were going to make the playoffs, but I thought Nashville was going to be top of the Central. So what the fuck do I know? One more shot, baby. Or one more shot from Boldy, and I'm up 10K. Well, I hope you make some money. Kind of reminds me of the Winnipeg game. I don't know why. Less Winnipeg game. They're just getting out skated, I think. Like, just a speed factor. But you know what? We'll get a second opinion on that, as we're going to bring on Brett Marshall, the host of Wildly Informed here on the Sota Pod, to run down that second period. He's going to give us his takeaways and basically run down and give us the lowdown and maybe bring us some hope if there's any way the Wild can get back in this game, or if he thinks that we are down and out for this one. But anyways, quick break. Back on the other side, Brett Marshall, formerly Sound of the Foghorn, now wildly informed to run down that second period. Don't go anywhere, folks. Quick word from our friends at 9 Mile Brewing out of Bloomington, Minnesota. We'll be back here on the other side. And we're back with Brett Marshall of Wildly Informed to run down that second period. And the Wild started off good. They started off great and just nosedove there at the end. Brett, what were your takeaways? And do the Wild even have a chance to come back in this one?
Yeah, it's going to be tough. It was about as bad as things could have gone from in that period. They were not credited with a single high danger chance, only 0.32 expected goals for in that period, 1.5 for the Panthers on the other end of the ice. And if you look at the goal that was taken away, that probably could have been more. I felt like that was a chance for them to maybe wake up, is when that goal got called back. And instead of the opposite, they give up a goal right after. Hartman gets undisciplined, takes penalties. Boley takes another penalty. And of course, the penalty kill still just dog water. And just the wheels fell off. And I don't know if there's enough spares in the back to get it back again.
Yeah, well, again, the Wild, we'll start with the positives, then we'll dive into the end of the period there, or just the second half of the period. But like, it was kind of like the reverse Uno. It was like the Wild came out friggin' swinging, and I was like, oh man, like this is just a competitive, even game at this point. And if anything, the Wild they're gonna score. What did you like from the first part of the period?
They started off looking like they'd kind of battened down the hatches a little bit, gotten back to their game for the first maybe 5-6 minutes there. They had some good shifts, had a couple looks, and again, like you said, like it seems like a switch flipped, and the period was all in Florida after that.
Yeah, it was a tough one. We're seeing some replays of it right now as well on the screen. I mean, do you think Bobrovsky is also like a factor in that? Like it's been frustrating. The Wild have not been able to get anything past him. Do you think Kaprizov, because he's clearly frustrated, do you think that they're like doing a really good job of checking him and he's getting frustrated that he can't just get going at all? Like what are the key things that Florida are doing to really just basically negate anything that the Wild have been able to put on them this game?
I think they're doing a good job of kind of eliminating second chances. Like the Wild will kind of get a shot, and if like Bobrovsky looks like he's maybe fighting the puck a little bit, like not swallowing rebounds, but his defense are doing a really good job of clearing the front of the net, getting pucks to the corner, boxing out the Wild defensemen, and taking away second chances. And it seems like, especially that period, a lot of the Wild shots were coming from a long way out. So it's that easy first save, no second look on the rebound. I think that's why we saw really low scoring opportunities in that period, really low expected goals for the Wild. They weren't really able to get to the front of the net with any dangerous chances. And again, just the penalties and stuff, and kind of frustrating the Wild and getting them off their game after it looked like they might have been back on it there for the first 5 minutes, I think were kind of the key factors.
Yeah. For me, it's still the speed of the Florida Panthers as well. They're fast, man. And we were talking about the end of the first period. I thought they'd come back down to earth a little bit because there've been teams that played Minnesota, mind you, not as talented teams, but fast teams who have all, when they've had success against the Wild, especially when Wild have looked like bad in the first period, it's been like the speed factor, and they just haven't given the Wild any opportunity to like crowd the neutral zone. I thought the Wild have done a way better job in this period of like winning back that neutral zone battle, but towards the end, it didn't really matter when Florida just stayed in the Wild zone. I mean, Kaprizov was on the ice for like a minute 59 alongside Boldy at one point.
Yeah, and just like I said, that you got to be careful with that long change in the second period because you might have a real nice shift a minute 20 in the offensive zone, and then all of a sudden they finally get the breakout, and you're on the back check and you can't get off. And I think that's what happened there. You get tired, and then you're the ones hemmed in, and so I think it comes down like Kaprizov and Zuccarello both do it, where sometimes I think they can extend their shifts in the offensive zone a little bit too long, and it can come back to bite them. And I think that was a shift where it did. Like, I think maybe after 50 seconds, if you got that good pressure, and that's where you find one of your teammates, you get off, get those fresh legs, and you have those fresh legs to kind of continue the cycle, continue the pressure. Or, what happens is what happened to them is you get caught out there, the puck goes the other way, and then all of a sudden now you're at a 2-minute shift, and rest is history.
What is your thoughts on Matthew Tkachuk? Are you a fan of him, or are you just like, he's just a rat player?
I have no issues. Like, I think if he was a guy on your team, you would love him. Like, yeah. I agree. Like, he plays with an edge, but I don't think he necessarily plays dirty. Like, he's intense, but I mean, he's got good numbers. I think he's a good leader. I think his teammates like him a lot. I'm excited to cheer for him for Team USA later this year. Like, I think that'll be fun. But yeah, I mean, he's a good player, and
I love the way he plays too. Yeah.
I mean, two goals that period. I mean, this is a guy that led his team to a cup, last year. So, and he's showing why. Him and Barkov, I think, have both looked really, really good tonight.
Yeah, no, for sure. I've always liked the way he plays. And I loved how just even as like, was it 18, 19-year-old coming to the league too, he like right away brought that tenacity and was like, no, I'm going to set the tone for the rest of my career here. Now that I've actually like grown up a little, grown into that man's body, it's like he actually can like really, really throws his weight around as well. And yes, you got the Tkachuk brothers, the Hughes brothers going to be there for Team USA. Donnie here in the chat, he's been saying he's not a fan that Florida has NHL teams. He was saying that like Canada should have another team. Why do California have all these teams? I mean, what ownership group wants to bring him to like a Milwaukee? Because like I imagine that's, where in Wisconsin, Milwaukee, Wisconsin will probably be like, that's another Midwestern area, I guess. But like, is there a big demand? Is there an ownership group that wants to bring a team there? That's just the thing. Like, I haven't heard any rumblings that there's even any interest, not necessarily like no interest from the NHL, but just no interest in like an ownership group or an owner that wants a team there. You know what I mean? Like, because I know Kansas City is one, and Houston was another option because like there's interest like from potential ownership groups and owners, right?
Yeah, and I think you just have to look at the market itself, right? Like, there's a lot more money in Houston. I think it's the third largest sports market in the U.S. behind New York and Los Angeles. Like, there's a reason that the Rockets and the Astros and the Texans all have teams there. Like, Houston to me seems like one of the most logical next steps. The other reason Milwaukee doesn't make sense is I think the Blackhawks has been around since the dawn of time, and the Wild now 25 years in. Like, everyone in Wisconsin either has an allegiance now either to the Wild or the Blackhawks. Like, if a team comes in, maybe you get half of them.
Yeah,
right.
Because like, it's not like Seattle fans were Canucks fans,
right? Because it's like over the border. You're not.
If anything, they were WHL fans, and I'm not even kidding. Like, yeah, they were either Tri-City or they were Thunderbirds or they were Spokane. Like, there's so many out there.
Yeah, so
Portland.
I just think that's a big part of it. Kansas City is one I think that still makes some sense. My only fear is it's a little close to St. Louis, but so they're a little bit of crossover that you may run into some issues that you have with like a team in Milwaukee. But as for Canada, it just, like you said, it doesn't seem like there's an interest to bring it there. I still think Quebec City makes some sense, but it doesn't just.
I don't think we're going to see it in our lifetime, but
no, the NHL doesn't seem to want to go there. They seem to have more interest in the warmer markets.
But Donnie, from what I'm gathering, again, and this is it's chat, so I don't know your tone, but what I'm gathering reading this is like you're annoyed that it's location based, where it's like, man, this is the real world. This is a money-driven world, man. It has nothing to do with location, or else Canada would have way more teams, right? Mind you, okay, Ontario would have 2 more teams, and Quebec City would have a team, right? but due to the Canadian dollar right now too, under 70 cents, and trust me, I follow because I do freelance work, video editing work, and things like that, and I have clients both north and south of the border, and so my Canadian paying clients, it ain't that great right now living in the States, getting a Canadian check with it being under 70 cents to the dollar, right? I think it's like 68 for the first time, or it was like 65 for the first time since like 2002, 2004, dude. Like it's bad right now. So that's another reason why, like, until Canada gets their shit together financially as well, like there's not going to be a team going to Quebec or Hamilton anytime soon.
Yeah. So, and again, I think there's
I think Bettman has grown the game and grown the NHL so much, and you guys, a lot of people can hate him, like the person, some of the other things that he's done, and I will listen to those, but like I think, and again, person aside, I think him and Dana White are the best two commissioners in sports right now, the way that they've grown their sport and their leagues. I will always defend what they have done in growing their leagues in sport as people, you know, like fuck the wife slapper and Dana White, and fuck the penguin that is Gary Bettman.
Yeah, I think too. I mean, the clear ignorance of CTE is another thing that's a little frustrating about Bettman, and he won't admit to that. But
yes,
none of the commissioners will ever admit to that. Same in the NFL too, right? But
they can't, or else their league is done. So
yeah, but I mean, it looks poised like that. The league is going to take a pretty big step this coming season. I've heard cap increases anywhere from, like, it sounds like a minimum it's going to go up to like 92.5. But I think
which is awesome, Brett, because it was supposed to pre-pandemic. Like the next year was supposed to jump, and then it was like, damn it.
Yeah, and then Russo was saying on his recent podcast that he did last night, I think, that there's a chance if they negotiate the new CBA that it goes up to something around the realm of like 97.5.
Yeah.
So,
I got to give a big shout out to my friend Don't Be Horrible, my fellow Canuck out west. I know the Canucks game's going on right now, and but hey, Don't Be Horrible. We streamed Canucks versus Wild last week, and it will be live for a ton of the World Junior games on the channel as well. So hope to see you there. And yes, oh wait, where was it? Someone had another comment here. If I recall correctly, the Blues were set to move to Saskatoon in the 70s. Didn't think that would work. Yes, they were supposed to move to Saskatoon, and then I believe in the early 2000s. I don't know if the Blues were going to move, or if the NHL was going to make an expansion team to Hamilton, and was the owner of BlackBerry actually who was going to bring the team to Hamilton. Yeah, but no, the hockey guy on YouTube, the guy who has all like the jerseys, that YouTuber, awesome. He has a really good video telling the story of how the Blues almost moved to Saskatoon, which is cool. But again, like Saskatchewan just doesn't have the population, right? Like they barely have a population for a CFL team. And funny enough, they have the biggest CFL stadium in all of Canada, and like the province drives to those games once a week, right? If you had multiple games a week, that's why Saskatchewan's perfect for junior hockey, because it's just those pockets of 5,000, 10,000 to 25,000 people towns. Everyone's going to those dub teams, right?
Well, even look at like the Ottawa Senators struggle with attendance because of how far of a drive it is. Like it's
Canada.
It's whatever 30 minutes outside of the downtown area, give or take.
Yeah,
and it's
with no weather and traffic.
Yeah, so it's just, it'd be like it's just that matters. And you look at when games have to start, and you're dealing with after work traffic and all that, and it just it's a lot of it. It comes down to logistics and money. Like how much money is it going to make? Because the owners have to know that if they have to set up expansion fees and know that it's going to benefit the league and all this stuff. So there's so much that goes into it.
Yeah. And Donnie, like I can empathize with this. Like it's weird that like big hockey markets or big hockey teams and successful teams and franchises aren't necessarily in traditional markets in this day and age. But like at the end of the day, like the teams aren't just full of Canadians, not just full of Americans. They're full of players from all around the world. So at the end of the day, like for me, the region is less important than like the product, right? And if we're gonna have a good product, then I'm all for it. However, you guys know me. I like the rough and tough stuff. I'd probably, if I had access to LNAH and EIHL, I'd probably watch more of those than NHL, but I'm a psycho.
Yeah. It's just the only one that doesn't make sense is Atlanta. Like it's failed there multiple times now. Like why do we think third time's a charm here?
The Flames didn't work. The Thrashers didn't work. This isn't a 3 strikes you're out. This is hockey.
Yeah. So that's the one that doesn't make sense. Like it hasn't worked there twice. I've been to Atlanta. I was there this past summer, and it's a pretty gross city. Like
Hey, I got some friends from Atlanta, so tread lightly here, Brett.
Yeah, like it's just like it's not clean. Like I mean, I haven't been to a ton of like metropolitan cities, so maybe it's the same as a lot of others, but like compared to like Minneapolis and St. Paul, it's just like there's garbage in the sewers and it's just
Yeah,
was
I'll
hot,
say
sticky,
Minneapolis and St. Paul are pretty clean, but also these are winter just cities, right? Whereas like
yeah.
it's different in somewhere that like you look at Vancouver, British Columbia, right? It's bad. It's bad. But anyways, Brett, the puck has dropped for the third period. Quickly before we get back to the play-by-play and let you go, just plug your Twitter, plug your player cards, and plug your blog.
Yeah. So on Twitter and Blue Sky, Twitter it's at B_Marsh92, Blue Sky B-Marsh92 dot whatever the BSKY dot social, whatever the long handle is. Player cards after most games when they start at a normal time. Not doing them tonight because it's going to be like 11:30 by the time this game's done, and I have to work tomorrow. So I'll be going to bed once this is done, but we'll post those tomorrow. Just recaps of the game, and then my newsletter is the Weekly Wild Wrap-Up. It's on Substack, free to subscribe. If you want to donate, you're welcome to do that. Links for that can be found in my link tree in both my Twitter and Blue Sky profiles.
Well, there you go, Brett. This was awesome. Thank you. I hope to see you on more of these intermissions throughout this season because we've been bringing Seth on and it's been awesome. And it really just makes the intermission go by quick. And it's just cool to have that conversation with the chat and a guest. So I appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah, you bet.
All right.
Hopefully a better third period here.
Yes. Brett Marshall, everybody, Wildly Informed. My co-host. Well, I guess I'm his co-host on Wildly Informed. He's the brains behind that show, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, big shout out to Brett Marshall. And we didn't have time to give one more little promo to our friends at 9 Mile Brewing, but want to give them another shout out here. Maybe we'll end the stream on a video note of theirs, but Bloomington, Minnesota, unbelievable beer, unbelievable people. We love working with them here on the channel and podcast. Yeah, Brett's awesome, man. Brett's awesome. 17:48 on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. And here comes Ryan Hartman. And it's cut off by Nate Schmidt. Tax, yes, 100%, Donnie. Tax really screw and do the opposite of attract hockey players to the Canadian markets. The problem is the passion for hockey will always be the Canadian teams. True. And again, with the taxes and with the... Yeah, no, that's so true, Donnie. That's so true. 17:21. Oh, big hit. Huge hit. And we're going to have a whistle. Balquist hits the ground. Who's Nadinov with the big hit? And the players are actually coming after him. Wow, and Balquist being checked by the trainers right now. He's still down on all fours. Seems like he's just in some discomfort. Damn, what a hit. Up on his own. What a hit. Marat with the step. I mean, hey, if Marat can't score, you might as well throw the body around. Let's go. Ouch. Oh, you can see the... His knee went freaking airborne there, dude. Hey, by the way, big shout out to everybody still in the live chat here. I know it's super late if you're watching out east, if you're watching here Midwest Central Time. So I appreciate you guys. Hey, former Stanley Cup champions. They are the defending. Well, so far this season, assuming the Minnesota Wild lose this game, which, hey, maybe they come back. Balquist going down the tunnel here. Anything can happen in hockey, but it will be 1-1 if the Wild lose this one because they beat the Florida Panthers, what was it, 5-1 in Florida earlier this season? Boquist. That was almost Max Pacioretty bad. Actually, that's a good point. That was almost at the glass. Great point, McColl's. Great point. God, that was such a nasty hit. The Max Pacioretty one, that was tough to watch. 16:48 seconds on the clock. And a good job by the Panthers getting that to center, and they snapped this one around Jonah Gadjevich. Oh, late hit by Jonah Gadjevich there, but that's okay because Bogosian sends him to the ground right after. Bogosian and Gadjevich, they're mixing it up here. Oh, dude, they might even drop. Oh, they're not going to drop the mitts here. They might as this game goes on, both of them. Hard-hitting guys. Gadjevich, no shame, and no stranger to throwing the mitts. Wild are able to get that puck into the Panther zone. Ekblad sends it to center, fighting in the neutral zone. Battling here, and the Wild get it back. Some passing here as the Wild look for a breakout, but great forecheck here by the Florida Panthers. Kaprizov. Great pass to Zuccarello. Brodin sends it to Bobrovsky, and he scoops it up with that glove, and we're going to have a face-off in front of Bobrovsky. I think to the right of Bobrovsky. I love hearing the interviews with guys in between the benches. Those are always the fun ones. And Florida ends up winning the faceoff here. 15:44 on the clock. Shots 25-23 for the Panthers. 15:35. Nice backhand pass for the Panthers, and they're going to have their breakout here. Barkov through center. Barkov sends it to the left side, and a shot, and that's going wide of Fleury. But Kachuk on the wall, and Kachuk with a shot. Tipped by Barkov, and that's going to go wide. Verhaeghe with it in the corner. Off the skate of Rossi. Faber tried to get it out, but held in by the Panthers, and a shot by the Panthers. Verhaeghe, and a beautiful save by Marc-Andre Fleury. Oh, shoot. I probably should have changed the poll question hours ago. My bad, guys. My bad. It's been a scrambly-ass stream, I know. Late start. That's what I'm blaming it on. Guys, we are 3 likes away from our goal at 20. So if you haven't already, smash that like button, guys. If you haven't already, smash that like button. I don't care if you're a Panthers fan, a Wild fan, hell, even a Toronto fan. I hate the Maple Leafs. I don't hate Maple Leafs fans. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Great to have you guys here. 15:04. And the Panthers regain possession in the neutral zone. A nice hit by Hartman. Kulikov draws it back and can't make that breakout pass. Pressured by the Wild here. They send it up the right side. And Merrill with a nice check, but that puck does get into the zone clean. Merrill sends it to center ice. Looking for that stretch pass, but the Panthers break it up. Come on, Minnesota! Yeah, don't be horrible. We've been grinding on the channel, man. We've been grinding on the channel. I stream like 30 to 40 hours a week on that channel. And a nice pass by Foligno. Boldy with a shot, and pad save by Bobrovsky. And the puck's going to go up and high out of bounds. 14:11 on the clock. Do you guys think the Wild will even score one more goal? Let's make that the poll question. Damn, Wilder getting it today, I guess. Yeah, what's up, Ben? Speaking of City Life, what's up, City Life crew? 14:01, Spurgeon has it to the left. Ben, they really haven't been playing like a bad game overall. It's been like the second half or the first half of the first period was bad, and the second half of the second period was bad. In Florida, they've just been solid and good. Like at worst, the Florida Panthers have been solid tonight. At best, they've been Stanley Cup form. All right, new poll question up. Will the Minnesota Wild score another goal? Yes, no, is this UFC? See, like project content so good we watch hockey now. Hey, appreciate you, Benny. He's Tyrone. What channel are you watching it on? I'm watching it on TNT. And the Wild, good job bringing this puck in the zone. They're battling for it in the corner here. 13:33 on the clock. Shout out to Regional MMA. Yes. Good to see you, Ben.
And a nice shot by Lundell as the Panthers were able to get it into the Wild zone, and they're moving the puck now. Another shot on net, but that's not going to get through. And Matt Boldy to Freddie Gaudreau. Marcus Johansson with a shot, and that's going to go wide. Wild battling for it along the boards on the line, and Florida's going to take control. They're going to break out again. I only go for the Wild because of the channel. I liked the storyline last finals and didn't mind the sport. Hey, let's go. Thanks for commenting and watching the last video I posted on City Life, by the way, guys. Appreciate it. Marco Rossi looking for a cross ice pass. Can't find anyone at center, but the Wild are going to keep it in. Zuccarello sends it the length of the boards, but that's going to go right to a Panther player, and a good job, I believe, by, I don't know who kept it in for the Wild there, but they got a change. Clearly the Wild were not trained in Vapad? What's that? Hold on. Oh, Star Wars night, of course. I call myself a Star Wars fan. What the fuck, bro? You know what? I'll take that one on the chin.
Emotional, damn it.
Clearly. The force ain't on their side tonight, Beta. 12:20 on the clock. 12:14 on the clock. And a nice cross pass by the Florida Panthers, but wasn't able to hold on to it clean. That bounces out of the zone, forcing the Panthers to go back all the way to their own zone and set up their breakout. Not a clean zone entry. And the Wild are going to get it back. Kaprizov. Oh, that was close to being offside, man. That was close to being offside. Puck trickles out. Back at center. Wild. Get it to Kaprizov. Kaprizov dangling it in, but Nate Schmidt poking that puck out. And that's the thing. Kaprizov doesn't want to dump that puck in. He just wants to make that play. He wants to make that play. Wild able to keep this in. Good job by Spurgeon. Kachuk yapping to Spurgeon. Kachuk's yapping to everybody here. $11 minutes on the clock. The fourth line's out there. Who's Nadinov, Gauntz, Jones? Honestly, the fourth line hasn't been horrendous. They haven't actually been that bad. They haven't had a lot of shifts. They had one scoring opportunity. And Bobrovsky's going to glove this one up. 10:41 to go. Oh my God, that guy who jumped over someone, then 360 slide canceled to the swaggy goal. The book was like, what game? How Florida hockey's so good. We have one ice skating in Miami. Both of them have really good owners. Well, put it this way. The Florida Panthers for so many years, Kenny, were like the laughing stock. Especially like when I was in high school. They were not good. They were not good. It's been recently where they've popped under new management, better coaching. And now more people are coming to watch them and support them. Tampa Bay has always had good management, good ownership, good hockey minds running the show there. I mean, they won the Stanley Cups. They've won a few Stanley Cups, but they won a Stanley Cup in the mid-2000s too. Okay, yeah, send it to me, Ben. I'll check it out. If Cap starts to settle down later in the season, do you think they would trade him before re-signing him? I heard reports he wants to play in... That's a total false report, Beta. Come on, Beta. You're better than that. You just gave me a Star Wars reference like an absolute champ, bro. Come on. No, he had... That was... So that rumor was same day was shot down, and the guy who wrote... Basically... He wrote something that insinuated that, but it was completely false. That he actually took the article down and had to make an apology. Not an apology, but I guess kind of like, this is what I meant. I didn't actually mean to write it this way. Because he's not going to Chicago. If he's going to sign with somewhere else, he's not going to Chicago, because Chicago is not a win now team.
Chicago's not a win now team. Chicago's a win in 3-4 years maybe team. And I feel like Kaprizov will probably want to leave because he wants to win, right? And going to Chicago is not going to win. But yeah, no, that was shot down like I want to say like a month ago. I think we even talked about that on the flight series with Back Channel Brewing. But you know what, Beta? We did do a show on that. I'll hook you up with the link. We did do a whole show on that. You can skip through the beer stuff if you want. I'll hook you up with the link. 10 minutes and 36 seconds. Foligno has it as the Wild won that face-off. Verhaeghe tried to get it to Tkachuk. Not a clean pass. He resets. 10 minutes and 17 seconds on the clock. Again, big shout out to all you guys joining me. What a vibe here. What a vibe here tonight. Even in a Wild loss late game, we're making the most of it. We got a great crowd. And we've had a great chat here tonight, so I appreciate you guys. 10 minutes and 5 seconds on the clock. And the Wild bring it in. Right side. Blue line. They send it back up the boards. Faber in front of the net and nothing there. Back to the corner. And now Tkachuk's trying to chip it out. And Verhaeghe sends it in, and both teams going for a change. Nine minutes and 34 seconds. Right side of Marc-Andre Fleury battling up against the board. Puck trickles into center. Boldy has it. And a little bit of a clusterfuck there, and there's 3-on-1, and he gets his pocket picked. 9:20. AJ Greer, not a good angle shot, and Fleury's able to freeze that one. Okay, I'm looking. I'm gonna get the video for you, my man. The topic. So we do a series on this channel called Flights, and we went to Back Channel Brewing, and the topic of the flights was doomsday destinations for Kirill Kaprizov. If you like the beer content, sweet, it's awesome. But if you want to just skip through the hockey stuff, to the hockey talk stuff, I'm pretty sure there's timestamps there. Lightning and Panthers remind me of the Green Bay Packers. Insinuate that. Yeah, I don't see that at all. Nazem Kadri, he's solid, dude. I mean, he hasn't been that great the last couple years, but he's getting a little bit older. Oh, Kadri's goal? Is that what we're talking about? Okay, hold on. I'll check it in a sec. Day before 2022, the Panthers hadn't won a series since 1996. Yep, that's what I'm saying. They were like were they more of a laughingstock than the Ottawa Senators? Because the Senators actually had some good teams. They would rise and then they fall. They'd rise and then they fall. Okay, I'm opening up Instagram right now. Dude, the Tampa Bay Lightning are they've won way more cups than the Florida Panthers. Dude, they won in the mid-2000s, and they're like a dynasty team. I think they've won like 2 or 3 recently as well. So the Florida fans, there you go. Well, Tampa, actually, never mind. Yeah, you're right. Okay, hold on. I got Instagram up here. Oh, so this was like today. This wasn't like an old goal. Okay, Nazem Kadri. Oh my. I wish I could show this on stream. I can't show any NHL content, guys, or they will literally shut down this channel. So Nazem Kadri literally jumps over a Leaf 316 scores. Dude, that's one of the best goals I've seen this season. Holy fuck. I'll share it in the chat. Okay, it was last week? Oh my God. I can't believe I missed that. Well, actually I can, because we were streaming so much MMA last weekend. Unbelievable. Wow. Thank you for sending me that. I'm embarrassed, chat, that I missed that last week. That's one of the best goals I've seen this season. Yo, what's the Star Wars bobblehead here tonight? Or is it just that Darth Vader jersey? Dude, that's one of the best hockey goals I've seen in a long, long time. I'll send you some other ones on Discord that I like, some classic ones. Guys, go check out this goal. If you're a Wild fan, this will at least put a smile on your face because it's so fucking nasty. 9 minutes and 14 seconds on the clock. And Boldy, puck broken up there. And the Florida Panthers, they're just going to throw it in and battle for it in the corner. 9 minutes on the clock. And emerging from the left side. Oh, the defenseman. The defenseman, 77 for the Florida Panthers. What's his name? He was wide open. Basically, there was a battle along the left side of Marc-Andre Fleury on the right board, and there were so many Wild players, so many Panthers players there trying to get the puck. Everyone's focusing on that one. Look at all of them. All 5 of them are focusing on that puck. 2-on-2 battle, but there's 3 more guys, and the left defenseman wide open. Beautiful shot. Beautiful shot.
Oh my God!
Damn. 5-1 Florida Panthers, ladies and gentlemen. Vote in the poll question. Do the Wild even score 1? He got tricks. Mikola, thank you. Mikola. Read chat. 8 minutes and 29 seconds on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. And I mean, the moral victory for the Wild right now would just be to get 1 goal. Would just be to get 1 goal. But credit to the Florida Panthers, man. They played a really good game. 4th goal for Mikola. 14 points on the season. The goal removal for Kaprizov hurts. Google says 6-1. Google's wrong. Google's wrong. 1 more. So much. Let's go. And the Wild win the faceoff. Nice pass. Entry into the neutral zone. And Florida gets that stick and breaks it up. And the Wild regain possession. Brock Faber trying to get up his left side. I mean, the forecheck for the Florida Panthers in this period has been nothing short of outstanding, ladies and gentlemen. Kaprizov. Center spinning. And unable to get that goal. It gets through to Bobrovsky. And the Wild lose possession. Florida Panthers send that one in. Faber around the net. Is it okay if I bet 1 more goal? Dude, by all means. I'm not a salty Wild fan by any means, bro. This one, I mean, it sucked for the home team, but I've had a great time watching hockey, hanging out with you guys here in the live chat, man. Either Google's predicting the future beta or they didn't mark off one of the goals that were called off. But maybe they are living in the future. I wouldn't be surprised. If anyone is, it's Google, right? Minnesota just needs to score 1 more goal, but that seems impossible. I know, man. Doesn't it seem like such a high hill to climb? Not the comeback at this point, because that's not even that's like way in the rearview mirror. Like just 1 goal. Hey, dude, we've had like an international chat. We got people from Turkey. We got people from the Philippines, bro. We got people from, we had one friend. I'm scrolling up. From Argentina. Amazing. Hey, it's been great having you guys here. Google already found their way into the metaverse. 7:05 and a shot on the left side. Open again and Fleury with the big save. The Wild are leaving. These guys open. Oh, and it's a goal. It wasn't even a save. It was a goal. They are living in the future. Dude, the broadcast didn't even call this a goal. I'm listening to it right now. They didn't even call it a goal. Oh, no, it was a save. That's what is going on here? Dude, this TNT broadcast just fucked up. So Fleury made the save. The broadcast literally showed him celebrating his last goal. So it fucked my head. It fucked with my head. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So the broadcast after Fleury saved that one, which I didn't think it went 5-hole. I thought he saved it. They showed Mikola celebrating like just a clip. And I was like, wait, did he score? So yeah, they didn't score, but the broadcast made it seem like they score. So my apologies. And Donnie's from Chicago. I've yet to travel to Chicago. I've traveled a lot around the States since moving here, but I'm hoping to hit up Chicago this spring or summer, maybe to watch some fights. I'm a huge mixed martial arts and combat sports guy. Another shot on the right side on Fleury. This one wasn't a cross-ice pass, though. And the Wild trying just to bring this into the offensive zone, and they do over the blue line, but Foligno loses it. And Florida, center ice, Minnesota takes back the puck as they're going for a change. Wild change, puck rings around the side of the boards left of Bobrovsky, and a pass up front, and that doesn't get through. Wild just unable to get anything going, unable to keep possession in the offensive zone. And you can tell, I mean, you're down 5-1. You are dejected at this point. Isha, you can't go anywhere in the world anymore without people knowing who you are. I am hardly that famous. And a shot and save by... I wouldn't even say it like that. I'm not even famous, bro, but thank you. Good luck to me. One more goal betting. The Wild are frauds. I have a signed Upper Deck NHL MVP Matthew Tkachuk card, willing to jokingly sell it for $51. You know what's funny, Beta? Is I had a rookie, so an Upper Deck Young Stars rookie Matthew Tkachuk card, and I traded it for a Brock Besser portrait and Young Guns rookie card. I have both of those. They're not handy, or else I'd be showing you guys. Sounds good, man. Yeah, we'll be doing a lot of World Juniors. Well, I've always been half American. I've always been half American. I just grew up in Canada. What is the chance that Minnesota loses only by 3 goals? I don't see them getting another one. And if they do, it's going to be like late and it's not really going to matter. So honestly, man, I don't think they're going to get it. Just like they look sluggish. They look like they're dejected. It doesn't look like they're even trying. I mean, they're obviously trying, but it doesn't look like they have that same urgency as they had earlier in the game because they're down 4, right? Former Mexican. That's a good Dana White pull. Hi, Dana. Former Mexican. What? Former Mexican? It was a Mexican reporter at a UFC press conference. And that's how he didn't speak a lot of English. So when he got his question into Dana White, he's like, hi, Dana, former Mexican here. And he was like, former? Beta, did you get that link that I sent in the chat, by the way? Not the Toronto goal, even though that one was nasty. I sent you the video, the flights video that we did on the channel that talked about doomsday destinations for Kirill Kaprizov. I think it's 3 weeks. That's a good question. You know, I'm gonna phone a friend on this one. Well, I'm gonna text my business partner, the co-creator of now the Sota Pod Network, the State of Hoppy. God, Ryan Reeves. Dude, Ryan Reeves is one of my favorite players still in the National Hockey League right now. Yeah, normal. It's tough. It's 82 game season. I would say that usually games are closer, but for the Wild in particular, this season they've been blown out just a couple times. No. It's not like soccer. It's more of a high scoring game. It's way more of a high scoring game. Dude, do you think that Ryan Reeves will fight an MMA fight in like Unified or something like that, like Donald Brashear did in TKO? Oh, sweet. No pressure on watching it tonight or anything. I just wanted to make sure you have it. Oh, damn it. My stream froze for a second. As soon as it came back, I refreshed it. So sorry about that, guys. One sec. All right. Kaprizov. Crisscross. Backhand. Oh, my God. Backwards pass through the legs to the Florida Panthers. Jake. Yeah, it hasn't been a good game. I wouldn't go as far as saying they suck, man. It's one game. I wouldn't go as far as saying they suck overall this season. They're still second in the NHL. They had a good second half of the first period and a good start to the second period. But yeah, the wheels fell off after that. And this game has not been good. 4 minutes left in the third. Brazil. A shout out to people from Brazil, Argentina, Philippines, and all across the States and Canada here today. I also might be 14 beers deep. Fair. Ryan Reeves versus J. Paul in 2035. Dude, I will bet on Ryan Reeves in that one, baby. And the Florida Panthers just dumped that in from center, and the Wild actually were able to intercept that and get it back. Chisholm sends it around and back to Chisholm. Minnesota. I live in Minnesota now. I grew up in Western Canada. A 14 beers deep on a Wednesday. Based. And the Florida Panthers single-handedly bring that puck in and a shot on net, and it's actually it's actually Merrill who ends up running into the net, and it comes off the bearings. Did I miss anything in the chat? Sorry if I missed any of you guys' comments. Oh yeah, hot take, sorry. I'm just texting my buddy to ask him that question because I thought it was like 3 or 4 weeks. Oh, fight? Do we have a fight coming? Lundell against Hartman? Oh, come on. No. Did Lundell drop his gloves? Bro, Hartman dropped his glove. Hartman might get a penalty. Dude, Lundell that baby back. Bro, if Hartman gets penalized for this, hold on. We got to see how this played out. They didn't scrap. One of the guys didn't take off his gloves. Yeah, me too. Me too. Okay, they're not getting a penalty. That's good. Could you imagine? That would have been just salt in the wound. Come on, Mark Stander. Honestly, man, Marc-Andre, despite this, and this is what's crazy about hockey, despite the score, like Marc-Andre Fleury was not the issue tonight. Could one of them been back? Sure, but oh, never mind. He is gonna get. Yeah, there. Never mind. There's this. I didn't even see the slashing call. 10-minute misconduct for taking off the gloves. What the fuck else? A 10-minute misconduct? What the hell? It's not a 10 for taking off the gloves. What did he do? How many in regulation? He's let in 5 goals. Oh, it's not going to be 5-3 now. It's not going to be 5-3 now. The Wild are on the PK. They're going to get scored on again. There's going to be one more goal from Florida. I can't imagine the Wild are going to score on here. Hartman taking the penalty and the 10-minute misconduct. Minnesota have many robberies? I mean, not like I wouldn't say crime here is as bad as parts of Brazil. There's definitely pockets in big cities that aren't good, and yeah, stay away from North Minneapolis, but you know, it's way safer over here than some parts of Brazil. Let's just say that. Hartman, don't go back to your old ways, bro. I missed the slashing call, so now I understand why his opponent didn't drop the gloves, but still. Again, I'm an EIHL, LNH, WHL type of guy. I want to see scraps. I don't care. I don't care if it puts your team down momentum. You're up 5-1 right now. 2 minutes and 38 seconds on the clock. 1 minute 36 on the power play here for the Florida Panthers. And the Florida Panthers try to carry it up the right side. And a good job by the Wild for forcing that puck back in the neutral zone. Panthers, left side, back to the blue line. Nate Schmidt, left side, shot! Kachuk, that doesn't get to Fleury. 1 minute and 45 seconds in the period, 47 seconds in the power play for the Florida Panthers. And, oh, look at that. The Minnesota Wild, when it's a 5-1 game, actually have a really decent PK thus far. I think Florida's been waiting for this day since. Yep. Go to Minneapolis for the music. Stay because your car was stolen. Hey, my car is an older car that I doubt no one would even want to steal. Window broken though. People have been getting their windows broken in Minneapolis, left, right, and center, and people don't even steal shit from the car. 2 blowouts this month, no answers back. It's getting very scripted about the team. Again, 2 blowouts is by definition not scripted. If it was 4, then we're talking. And Rodriguez threatened with a shot, but actually passed to Mikola. Nikola back to the blue line. Shot, and Fleury tracked that one. And he big rebound, but no one in front of the net to take it. And then there's one on the right side or left side, and he scores 6-1. Yeah, but not the Wild. But did you just bet on one more goal? I thought you bet on one more goal for the Wild. If you just bet on one more goal, then yeah, shut shame.
Emotional damage.
Both Ducks and UHC tied it late. Oh, damn. Goal. So Fleury made the first rebound. Wild couldn't get it out. Pass back to center. Hits a Wild player. Oh, see, that was a Minnesota sports fucking play right there, if I've ever seen one. That was just like tic-tac-toe, broken play after broken play. Oh, shoot. It looks like Faber took a puck high there as well. God, that just was worst case Ontario. Faber takes a puck in the face, or up high anyways. Sorry, not a stick in the face, a puck in the face. Pucks bounce all over the place. and Fleury makes some good save with the rebounds everywhere to the right side. And yeah, they just couldn't get it out. Anyways, 14 seconds in the third period, ladies and gentlemen. It is all over. And I believe the kids call this a crash out. Puck hit him in the face. He seems to be okay, though. The broadcast hasn't given it any time, but I think it... Oh, no. Yeah, he took a puck right to the face. Oh, no, and he skated right to the bench. Oh, no. Yeah, puck right to the face of Faber. They showed it there, and that's what led to the Fleury. Well, one of the reasons why that led to the Fleury goal, because he completely just skated off the ice. No matter 6.5 over, end of game. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. And the Florida Panthers didn't have a great road trip, but ended it off strong here. And the Rats, no way. The few Panthers fans that are in St. Paul are throwing rats on the ice. Honestly, I respect that. Florida couldn't even score a touchdown, rookies. That was a bad one, but tomorrow's another day. Great. Hopefully no broken nose or something stupid like that. Yeah, hopefully just a cut. He can get stitched up and back soon, because they can't lose Faber, dude. They can't lose Faber. I mean, look how bad it was back there overall tonight without Faber and Middleton. Hey, I'm glad you won some money, brother. I'm glad you won some money. Wow. Well, that does it, ladies and gentlemen. That does it. Oh, it's near midnight. Gosh, this is like when the Canucks game ended the other night. I stayed up late to watch some Canucks the other night. Yeah, not gonna do that often midweek. I usually just like we'll like tape the game or something, like save the game, download the game, whatever, and watch it later. With Minnesota luck, it's something bad. I'm hoping to. I'm gonna remain half coffee, cup full. God, I ain't sleeping tonight, boys. I drink way too much coffee throughout this stream. I think about 1.5 liters. Well, you know what I will do tonight then is get some more SotaPod videos ready, as we have a really cool interview coming up with a few of the Minnesota Gophers who went to camp for the World Juniors. And it's going to be awesome. It was a great time hanging out with them there. Joe Smith and Hoppy. I was lucky enough to be invited. Or actually, I just kind of said that I'm going to join you guys. Join the Fellowship of the Rink crew there at Mariucci and hung out with some of the Gophers. It was a really good interview. It was a really good time, and we're going to be posting that full interview very, very soon. So I should finish editing that tonight. But anyways, guys, 6-1 for the Florida Panthers. There's not a lot to dissect in this one. The Wild played good in the second half of the first period and first half of the second. They completely fell off in the third. And what I really like about watching the Panthers play is they are really good at adjusting. And you got to give credit to the coaching for that. And you got to give credit to the players who are able to run with that. And I mean, you got to imagine that, like, when the Wild were able to, start matching the pace of the Florida Panthers, clog up that neutral zone, and actually be a threat at the end of that first period and start of that second period, the Florida Panthers were able to make adjustments. They had some puck luck on their side too towards the end of the second, but then that third, it was like the Wild didn't have an answer for anything, and everything that could go wrong seemingly went wrong. Is it impossible to end your hockey career looking pretty? Brent Burns is a prime example. I mean, Henrik Lundqvist. Ducks scored with 20 seconds left. Hey, I'm glad you... Well, have you won money yet? Guitar bonk. Good thing we made room at the beginning of the season, coming in handy with all the injuries. Yes. And I mean, and that's like any NHL team is happy that they can at least get that runway in the beginning of the season, because like injuries are going to happen. No NHL team has a perfect season, right? Now there's some that come close. I mean, Boston looked invincible like a couple of years ago, right? But like every team's going to go through ups and downs. It's just, let's hope that the downs, like the low part of the waves, are quick, right? Because that's what's going to keep this going. What I fear though is that come playoff time, we're going to see games like this where teams, high level teams, Stanley Cup champion teams, and coaches being able to make those adjustments in game and capitalize on, well, some of the weaknesses that the teams have. Injuries or no injuries, right? OT in Utah. Is it impossible to end your... Oh, okay, we read that. Gotta stop drafting Swedes. Always hurt. I wonder what the statistics are on that. I don't think it has anything to do with the nationality. I think it's just the way that Eriksson Ek plays. And Gustafsson's been getting a ton of starts lately, right? I don't think it has anything to do with the nationality. If anything, like, Swedes and Finns are fucking monsters, man. I mean, Finn's probably a little bit more durable, but I mean, like, Pettersson's still surviving the league, being the string bean that he is. His first season in particular, which is crazy. I don't know. Swedish athletes are, in my opinion, freaking monsters, man. Those freaking athletes from those regions. Swedish MMA fighters, not the greatest. Gustafsson, I still think he beat John Jones personally, but in their first fight. But hockey players, I don't know. I think they're pretty durable. People made fun of the Sedins. They still had healthier seasons than non-healthy seasons, but yeah, this was just a bad one, man. Just like the Edmonton game. Now, you do raise a good point, Hot Takes, that this was two bad blowouts this month, which was like the first time we've seen that this month. Let's hope that it's just the December curse, because who was it in the live chat who said earlier that the Wild, it's almost like clockwork that in December they kind of have a little bit of a dip. Let's see. But anyways, guys, I think we're going to wrap that up here because it is late. I'm going to get some editing done. I got to do a little bit of a stretch or something. I got to move, bro. I definitely overshot the caffeine to stay up for this game. So we're buzzing right now. If you have any more comments here, get them in. We'll stay live for another couple minutes. Is that a blank jersey? Yeah. I have a ton of jerseys. I got Capitals jersey. I got a bunch of Canucks jerseys. I got a bunch of Wild jerseys. I don't have names on any jerseys I own. In my time zone, it's 11:30 p.m. Good call. I'll probably get an OV on my Capitals jersey. I'll probably get the Sedins on my Canucks jersey, or like two of my Canucks jerseys. I will get Petteri Nummelin for this Wild jersey. The king of the shootouts, baby. Petteri Nummelin. Shout out to CCM. Fuck Fanatics. So yeah, Petteri Pateri Newmelin will get on that one for sure. We Hoppy and I on the Sota Pod, we interviewed Wes Walls last year, and and Hoppy asked him about the legend. He's like, how was it playing with the legend that is Pateri Newmelin? And he just started laughing. He's like, that was not what I expected when you were asking that question. But I mean, what was it 80 or 90% in the shootout? Nobody has that. It's Hoppy's favorite player, or not favorite player, but it's one of Hoppy's favorite players. He's outstanding. He showed me that outstanding stat, and it is stuck. It is stuck. I have a blank first green Wild jersey. I'm really tempted to get Kaprizov on there with the C on the front. I just love the sharp numbers on them first ones. Yeah, and you know what? I'll probably end if Kaprizov signs an extension. I'll get a Kaprizov jersey. I almost was gonna get a Kuznetsov jersey, but I might pump the brakes on that one. I might pump the brakes on that one. And if height, I almost just want to get a Team Canada height jersey just to troll. Because Team Canada doesn't want him on their team, bro. And I don't understand why. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
Anyways, guys, this was an awesome chat. I think this was one of our biggest crowds. At one point, we had like 40 to 50 people watching. And more people watched on YouTube than Twitter here today, because we're streaming to Facebook, we're streaming to Twitter, we're streaming to YouTube, but YouTube is the hub. This is where we can interact with you guys. And let's actually share what we got coming up on the channel, ladies and gentlemen, because we post on this channel every single day. You can find the podcast wherever you get your podcast from. By the way, we post podcasts 5 days a week. Monday, MNCAA covering college hockey. Tuesday, Judd's Buds. Wednesday, Fellowship of the Rink with athletic writer Joe Smith. Thursday, another college hockey show, MNCAA. Monday's Big Ten and Gophers. Thursday is NCHC. And then Friday, Wildly Informed. We stream Mondays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, or 5:30 p.m. Central, sorry. So yeah, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. 5:30 p.m. Central. Wednesdays, we stream at 8 p.m. Central. And we're going to be doing at least one of these watch parties every week in December. Now, sometimes they might not be wild because the World Juniors is just around the corner. And that's the greatest tournament in sports, in my opinion. Because the Stanley Cup, the Stanley Cup playoffs, you could say, is like the greatest tournament in sport. And I would be like, yeah. I don't have a problem with that, but for me, it's just a whole other season. It's just like the second part of the season. But anyways, I digress. But we will be streaming on this channel a lot, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I had a really good first period. Kind of fell off. Or actually, I had a really good start to the second and end of the third. The whole team kind of fell off. 4 to 6 game playoff will be our season. Murat with that hit was pretty nasty. I think actually Murat played pretty well tonight. The fourth line actually had one opportunity with the very little minutes that they had. I think Murat had Murat actually played more than I thought. Devin Shore with only 12 shifts. Brendan Gaunce was only 13. Maybe Murat with 15. But only 9 minutes for Murat, 8 for Shore. And Gaunce actually played 10:30. What was I doing here? Oh, yes. Guys, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. If you're watching on Facebook or Twitter, hop over to YouTube here and give us a little subscribe, man. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers. Hoppy just posted the latest Fellowship of the Rink episode, and Zeev Bouim was the guest. Awesome episode. And we post up to 2 videos, or like a stream and a video every single day. Clips of the podcast, original content. Like, check this out, guys. All week, we have Minnesota hockey and NHL hockey content coming your way. Like we said, we do a ton of watch parties covering games. If ever the thumbnail, has this little like red bar in it, assume that it's Wildly Informed, and it's going to be Wednesdays. Tonight we didn't do one. We did it yesterday instead. And then every other live streams, for the most part, will be Judd's Buds that come out every Monday. We also have a lot of craft beer content on the channel. if you would just go to the main part, Sota Pod, we took a little bit of a hiatus. We will bring that show back, honestly, likely during the off season. It's just been really crazy right now. And, because we're creeping up to episode 400 on the Sota Pod. For those who don't know, the Sota Pod started out as a podcast and grew to a network of shows. Here's a lot of the beer content, guys. Interviews with local breweries, just some fun content. Flights, our new series that I shared in the live chat as well. So if you're into beer, both north, south of the border, and with a special focus on the local stuff here, we have a little something for everybody here on the Sota Pod. We do such a fun draft show and a lot of draft coverage. Like I said, we got a little something for everyone. And if you guys want to go above and beyond, if you dig my vibe and want to support me, and if you're a fan of other sports, I mean, if you guys are degenerate gamblers, and I say that with all due respect, then you'll fit into my community here. The City Life Project, this is my second channel. I stream combat sports on this channel at every level. Like, UFC is far from my favorite promotion. Okay. That's how much of a combat sports junkie I am. We stream about 30 plus hours a week on this channel, and I post 3 videos a week as well. Vlogs of, just stuff that I do in my everyday life, or in the past years. This was actually a vlog of me hiking the West Coast Trail and talking about it in 2017. Here are regional knockouts in mixed martial arts. And this was a video actually posted today, as unfortunately an amateur MMA fighter in Edmonton passed away after his fight. And the interim heavyweight champion of the UFC actually endorses the league that let it happen. So anyways, more beer content here, bringing the Minnesota beer that Hoppy and I brewed with lupulin to Canada. Anyways, a lot on my second channel. Only go support it if if you just can't get enough of yours truly, who didn't even fucking shave for this stream and needs a haircut. First and foremost, though, subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to smash that like button on this video as well. The team's a mess right now. Winnipeg on Saturday will be a slaughter. Healthy wager? Glass half full wager? How about what's your favorite type of beer, Swerve? What's your favorite type of beer? Let's do a beer bet. I'll Venmo you like $5 to $8, depending if you're a draft beer drinker or a craft beer drinker. Or PayPal. Let's do a little beer bet. As much as I do think the Winnipeg Jets are a way better team, I'm going with the Wild on Saturday. A full roster of the Wild would lose the King, Stars, Oilers, Knights, and Jets. I think Stars and Jets. I mean, obviously they lost the Knights and Oilers as well, but I think they look good against the Knights. The Oilers game kind of just looked like tonight. They were just one of those off nights. Your drinking days are done. Oh, well, good for you, because that's a lot healthier. All right, well then I just formed it as a beer bet because I was just talking about beers and stuff. But we can do a healthy wager on that one. You want to put $5 on that one, Swerve? You want to put $5 on that one? If not, no pressure. Because I actually thought that the Jets would be one of the best teams in this division this season, and actually I talked about it in the 9 Mile Flight series. Wild favored over the Utah Yetis. What's up, Freddie? Dude, I love how you say Utah Yetis, because like that is going to be the name of the team. They're going to get the Yeti sponsor. It's going to be awesome. And I've seen some of the concepts. Like they could honestly make them look like the Winnipeg Ice, right? Dude, Fleury was honestly like the best player in that game, and they lost 6-1. That just shows how how nobody else did anything in front of him. Oh man. All right, what was I was going to share the Winnipeg Ice. Do you guys remember the Winnipeg Ice of the WHL? They're in Wenatchee now. Funny. So they used to be in the Kootenays. They used to be the Kootenay Ice, and they moved to Winnipeg. And Winnipeg just has so much hockey. They got Canadian University hockey. They got the Manitoba Moose. They had the Winnipeg Jets and the Winnipeg Ice at one point. So I'm not surprised they moved to Wenatchee. So yeah, so this was the Winnipeg Ice logo, and I mean, again, a little too cartoony to be NHL, but like they could do something like this. They could do something like it with and they have even similar colors, eh? Jets just lost to the Yetis. My bad. Yetis are minus 175. Utah Sting, Swarm, Ice Vipers, more better? Nah, I think Yetis better than Sting, Swarm, Ice Vipers. I'm sorry, Ice Vipers fucking sucks more than the Wild did tonight, bro. Sting is okay. I don't like singular. Yes, I think the Wild, it's weird that it's singular. Swarm? Well, there's going to be a bunch of bees? I don't know. I think Yetis, especially from a financial point of view, like they're going to get that sponsor right away. What were some of the other ones? Swarm is interesting because it's like a singular word, but, you know, plural meaning. Utah Ice, not Vipers. Okay, the Utah Ice. I mean, can they? I mean, I guess it was the Winnipeg Ice. I don't hate it. There might be some pushback because it was like, you're going to take a WHL's team name? Yeah, they have bee colonies. There you go. All right, guys. I'm going to hang up the gloves here. Again, this was an awesome stream. That's right, you watching. Even if you're, not as glass half full as me, that's okay. You are awesome, and thank you so much for hanging out with us. It was, like I said, an awesome stream. We had a big crowd. Not a good game for the Wild, but hey, some good hockey was on display. Matty Tkachuk is a joy to watch. Every single night he plays. Zuccarello, I will say, Zuccarello and Fleury, they're my two players of the game for the Wild, which is not saying much, but Zuccarello actually looked good overall. He was actually like battling, man. He played tougher than Boldy this game. We bullied the Cats in their barn. Yes, it's 1-1, a blowout each, because I think the Wild beat them 5-1, right? Spell check Yetis. The Cats bullied the Wild tonight. We bullied the Cats in their barn. Weird. Do they play again? Bobrovsky played well. He played well. In the end of the first period and the start of the second period, he made some clutch saves. Do the Wild? I don't think the Wild. Do they play the Panthers again? Let's get the schedule. I don't think they. Hey, GG Panthers fan here. Hey, Adonis, the A train. They played a hell of a game, man. GG indeed. Well, 1-1 this season. Wild came to Florida. They got the job done 5-1. Panthers came to St. Paul. They got the job done. 2 a year, right? So yeah, they're not playing again. So I guess the score will be settled in 2025, 2026. But yeah, 1-1. It is funny how similar scores too in each barn. Hockey is just such a crazy sport. Last thing. And I've said last thing many times. I said Zuccarello was one of the best players for the Wild tonight. I said this on stream. A one-nut Zuccarello is a mythical creature. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I will leave you with that visual. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. I will see you guys on a live stream on the City Life or on this channel probably before the holiday seasons ramp up here. But if I don't, Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Whatever you celebrate. And even if you don't, I hope you take time for yourself. Take time hanging out with your friends and family. If you don't drink wobbly pops, some sort of non-alcoholic bubbly drink, sparkling water, treat yourself a little bit, okay? You all are amazing. I appreciate you all. Smash that like button and subscribe, and we will see you on the next one. Peace. I'm out of here.